Don't free pass me. There he is. There he is, Low Richard Richardson.
Evan,
Yo, word
I'm
of
here
my
at
day,
the
word
little
of my
baby
day when they
concert.
fight this nigga getting broke
This
up.
nigga,
Word of
you're
my day, are you
trash.
gonna post this?
You're
Are you gonna
trash.
post this?
Devin,
No,
you
you're not.
trash.
You're not gonna post
Devin,
this.
I
He can only say the same thing.
B3 Pix TV, y'all see where we at. We back again. When y'all come in, man, tap the like button, follow the channel, help the channel grow. We definitely building, right? Hold on, let me pull up our ticker so y'all know. Bless the Zelle, the PayPal, the Cash App, help us grow, right? This is grassroots. We building from the ground up. We started in 2025 and April of 2025 to be exact. And our monetization will be in, the application will be in this week. So I'm thankful. We cleared up the page and the channel, so hopefully everything is on the up and up, and we can move forward, so we can start reaping some of the benefits of our labor, right? And anybody that knows and is a live host and does content creation, y'all know that it's a lot of work, to show up consistently on a daily and make sure you are here and present and accountable for your supporters, your viewers, people that are genuinely showing you love, right? So the grind don't stop for us, y'all. This the year consistently, consistently, right? Year of consistency. We've been putting in work all year, just working smarter, not harder, taking it one day at a time, continuing to develop and grow our support system. We on the Make a Million campaign. So we know that the people that show us love and support us, they're really making a millionaire from the ground up. Like we building, listen, and we starting to touch some money, so everything is good. God is good, and the grind don't stop. We just got to keep putting one foot in front of the other and keep growing. So that's all we going to do, right? Now, with that being said, it's a big fight week. Excited for this weekend. The undercard and Ryan Garcia had his press conference yesterday. I'm not sure. I believe Clarissa had hers as well already. So I'm looking forward to it. I'm extremely excited for this weekend, and I think this is going to be a hell of an event. It's a lot to look forward to, right? Yeah, a whole lot to look forward to. So shout out to Oscar Duarte and Richardson Hitchens. They pretty much stole the show for the press conference yesterday for the in Las Vegas for Ryan and Barrios. Them brothers stole the show. And Oscar Duarte called Richardson Hitchens a pussy. He told him to shut up and called him a pussy. Mm. So I mean, we know how that has to be handled. Hitchens said he's getting a stoppage. He said he gonna stop and get Duarte out of there. Yeah, so Hitchens said he said if Duarte violates, he'll demonstrate, you know? And that's what he's gonna have to do because Duarte is a tough Hispanic Mexican boxer, hell of a talent, in my opinion, just as far as his durability and his motor, right? Now, of course, he didn't get a chance to fight through the adversity in the Ryan fight. The pretty much the referee that night just called the fight off. Once Oscar Doc got hurt, but we seen in a Kenneth Sims fight that Oscar's going to be a lot to handle. But I got faith in Hitchens, so I'm gonna go ahead and get most of my predictions out, and then I'm sure people will click the link. Our people will click the link and pull up. Um, I'm going with this just to start. I'm going with the GOAT, Clarissa Shields, this weekend to get the job done. I'm also going with a Teeth O'Burton to win his fight. Um, After that, I do have Gary Antoine Russell. I think he will neutralize and beat Andy Hidioka. I also have Africa. I'm taking Richardson Hitchens to get a victory over Oscar Duarte. Now the Frank Martin versus Nahir Albright. That's the fight, right? That is the fight. That's the exciting fight. That's a fight that you could be like, maybe it can be a banana peel for Frank, right? I'm gonna say this. I like that matchup. I'm a fan of Frank Martin and of Nahir Albright. Woo, both phenomenal, contender level talents. I'm gonna put it all on display for us, right? Mm. I think the skills is gonna be a bit much. I think the skills are gonna be shocking. I think it's gonna be it's gonna take some time for Frank Martin to figure Nahir Albright out, and based on his length, he has some good. Nahir Albright has really good attributes to be able to box and be able to land punches on Frank. So the only thing I'm really worried about is that, like you're saying, that backhand, that brick hand, that powerful left hand that Frank Martin has detonated on a few guys, and he even stopped Rance's in his last fight. So it's going to be competitive. I think the masses and want Frank to get this job done. I'm gonna lean with Frank on this one. I'm gonna lean with Frank on this one, but that's my least confident pick. I'm gonna be honest with y'all. Everything else fire, but the least confident pick only because of the size disparity and the intangibles of a Nahir Albright. Look at Timmy. Shout out to Timmy T. Timmy T said Frank about to get schooled. Very well. Yeah, Nahir Albright can box. Nahir Albright is a very savvy and experienced boxer. And he'll get it. You think Ryan get a spectacular KO? I could see that too. Yeah, I definitely have Ryan picked. I'm not sure if I even said nah. I skipped past over Ryan. Yeah, I have Ryan picked to win. Whether he gets a KO or a TKO, I'm leaning that way as well. I don't foresee this fight being a distance fight because I think it's going to be two guys rumbling. I think Barrios is going to have to press the action to kind of not be on the end of Ryan's punches. As we seen in that Abel Ramos fight, he was on the end of he was on the end of his punches. He was on Mario stayed at the end of his punches and got cracked with a lot of big shots, a lot of heavy shots. So I definitely see Ryan being able to consistently land big shots, and I think he's gonna hurt. I think he's gonna hurt Barrio, and more than likely stop him. Right. So it's gonna be interesting. Um, yeah, Andy Hidioka, I believe he did arrive to Vegas a little late. So they saying he only's gonna have about 2 days, 3 days max to get acclimated to the time zone. I feel like if he can pull off this win, that would say a lot. But I have Antoine Russell beating him. Yeah, I think Andy Hidioka, he's on an uphill battle. He's on an uphill battle with this now that he wasn't able to, be in Vegas for a couple weeks and you know, get acclimated to the change in just the change in time zone and everything your body has to get used to when you are going from one locale to the next, and then you have to compete in a boxing match. It just doesn't seem like his team put him in the best situation to be successful. Um, Whether that was on the ring or was on his personal team, they dropped the ball. Going into a fight with a Gary Antoine Russell, you need to be hitting on all cylinders. You see what Alberto Puello did. I mean, he literally pulled out a grueling, like he pretty much barely won. But this is Alberto Puello, somebody who's a top level boxer in all of boxing. We know this, just a top level out boxer, right? He has a distinct skill set like a Sando Martin, Alberto Puello. Those guys are extremely like crafty and really awkward in their style because they don't give you opportunities to land big heavy shots. So yeah, it's gonna be interesting to see how Hidioka deals with the pressure of Antoine Russell, right? Is he able to neutralize him with a jab? Is he able to use lateral movement to step to the side and turn Antoine? I think it's going to be a tall task, especially because we haven't seen him at the level, right? We haven't seen him even fight in the USA. Maybe if he would have a Frank Martin or, you know, somebody on his resume, right, outside of a Jen Sasaki and, but also, good fighters in their own right. But Antoine Level is a big step up, huge step up. So we just got to see. Hey, listen, this is really one of the best fight weekends. 2026 is gearing up to be a phenomenal year. We had January 31st with all that action. Bachram being upset for his title, Xander becoming unified, and then Shakur putting on a great performance against Tio. Now we have a beautiful weekend where we get Lee Wood, Josh Warrington in the UK with a good card. Sandy Ryan's on that card, Leo Tang, and some other people on that card. Oh, excuse me, Tia, Mai Aiton is on that card, and then we have the big card, Ryan Garcia versus Mario Barrios, and then the queen of women's boxing, the GWOAT, Clarissa Shields will be fighting up against Franchon Cruz, the Zern, Big Mama, the heavy hitting diva. Always, putting it all on the line. That fight will be happening. So, excellent card, phenomenal card. So, yeah, we got a lot to look forward to this weekend, man. It's gonna be a hell of a weekend. I'm good real quick. My brother Juan Claudio, how my audio coming through, fam?
You good, money? How much?
Man, good, man. Just taking it one day at a time. We building, we growing. We're
That's
gonna do
right.
our final predictions today, and then I guess cook on whatever we need to cook on. We kind of talked about that. I really kind of wanted to get into something else. I ain't gonna lie to you.
Okay, so
Uh,
something else.
this Stephen A. Man, listen, I'm gonna say this right, cause I'm just
Hmm?
me and my brother right here. Somebody gonna hear this, but it is what it is. Man, I'm
Whatever.
tired of these dudes talking about stuff and not knowing what the hell they talking about.
What we talking about?
So Stephen A. Smith tried to allude that Devin Haney is not a big name and Shakur versus Devin Haney isn't a big fight.
Okay.
Like, what's your thoughts on that? And do you believe that Devin versus Shakur is a big fight and a big
Devin
money
and
fight?
Shakur is a rich fight, but I don't believe anything Stephen A. Smith says because he's a casual. He's like, he like watch the sports when it's popular, when it got something going on or good something's going on. It's just, I don't believe this dude ever really watched the sport like that. So I can't sit there and say, you know, he knows what he's talking about because he probably doesn't. So I never really sit here and say anything about this dude, and I never take anything his takes seriously. So that's my thoughts on it. Ooh,
My bad, Juan. I was over here talking on mute. It's unfortunate. It's unfortunate that Devin and Bill has been kind of putting in a lot of work over the years, and Devin has even been champion for the last 7 years.
Right.
So for these same talking points, it just seems like that people, it's almost like you're either paid to do this, or this is like something that's being discussed, or uh you're just not aware of what's really happening.
I mean,
Because
again,
based on the landscape though, Juan,
mhm.
Is Devin Haney not one of the top five biggest names, or in the sport? I mean, it
In those middle divisions, yeah. I mean,
yeah,
if you think about it, yeah, who else really is there? Canelo, and that's really it. And then even then, he's gone in by sometime next year, summer next year.
right.
So if you really think about it, it's him and then maybe Boots, maybe it's just that's a maybe because Boots hasn't really fought anybody himself yet. So
Yeah. Yeah, it's a lot of, see, that's what I'm saying. It's people that we know have talent and that we want to see do well. Um, and that's understandable. But then we got somebody here in Devin Haney and Bill that's proven, right?
mhm.
And they really stepping up to make the biggest events. So I'm not understanding all, because Shakur was like, yeah, that's a big fight. Like, what are you talking about? Like, cause Shakur know that the money is behind Devin.
Yeah,
He
I
knows the
mean,
business.
yeah, I mean, like if you really think about it, Dev's become a sort of a tall tale of if you believe in yourself, obviously good things will happen. I believe Dev knows, that he is one of the better boxers in the world. Now it's time for him to, reap those benefits and stuff like that. But people know that Dev is a big name.
Yeah, yeah, and that's what I'm saying, Juan. That's why I feel like it's bull. It's just it's corny when I hear it, because it's like, I mean, who else is the guy? Like, if you're telling me that there's somebody that's and then they're gonna say Ryan Garcia, they want. That's what I'm like. I understand the politics. I understand that you want to bring multiple different fan bases into a situation and make it a big deal. But the fabrication is what's annoying.
No,
It's
you
like,
know what
stop
it is?
trying to
It's because
fabricate
it's
real.
you know what it is. It's because people pretend like they know something. How's the expression saying? Uh, know or very talent, but master of none. So they sit there and act
Hmm.
like they know what the hell they talking about. These dudes, a lot of these people, and I have come to conclusion that people are really delusional. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah. Yes.
So it's funny because the other day actually talk about this the other day
What's happening, AC? Appreciate you pulling up.
the other day fucking we've had that conversation the other day with people. And I was on TikTok, I think it was, and I seen this dude was like, all credit to Dev too, mind you, not, saying shit on Devin on Dev. The dude said, there's no greater Puerto Rican fighter that has a better resume than Devin Haney. And I said, I I looked at this post for like 20 minutes there. I was just like, well, this is astonishing because, obviously we know what we know, but it's just, to me, it's just like accomplishment. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, he got a lot of accomplishments, but I was like, to say that he's better than the whole history of a Puerto Rican fighter, I was like, I was like, is real crazy. I was like, because you're not even more accomplished. And I said it to him, I was like, he's accomplished. He's very well accomplished. I was like, but he's not like he's two divisions, three divisions, right? Three division world champ. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Like Chris Ford. I was like, Chris Ford. So I'm like, if you really want to sit there and be like, yeah, then yeah, this is what it is. You know what I'm saying? If you really want to sit there and be like that, I like, but I'm not gonna sit here and shit on dude or shit on people because I like one person more than another. Because it's not fair to that particular person. But like when people do that, it's just like, yeah, I see that you guys are really actually casuals. Like people still talking about Tank. Like dude's gonna be away for a while. Let him be. Let him settle himself and what he needs to be doing. People are just very delusional in this sport.
One
They don't
thousand
care.
percent. And another thing is that most of these teams that he's got, like a Shakur, like they kind of he has muscle behind him, so he can really kind of just be a
Hold
likable
on.
guy.
hold on, three. See, I don't even think he has a better resume than Tito. If you really think about it, look at the names Tito rattled off. The last 6 out of 8 fighters that he fought. Look at the names that he really rattled off. You know what I'm saying? You got Roy, you got Winky, you got Bernard. You know what I'm saying? You had fucking Ricardo, I think it was. You had William Joppy that at that time everybody know was kind of really, really nice with it. You know what I'm saying? Like you gotta kinda like people gotta kinda be like, all right, bro, it's a different timeline. Like fighters today, yeah, very good fighters, but they're not the same fighters as back then. Like you can't say the same fighters from the '90s and '80s. Like a lot of fighters from the '90s, like David Reed, would really be nice as fuck in today's day and age. Like you know what I'm saying? Like people don't realize how much different the fight game has become over the past 20 something years.
Yeah, and but see thing about this, Kerry, you got to look at Cotto at the age of 27 and Devin at the age of 27, because when you do it that way, you can have a better understanding. You using a Cotto's full career, and he was able to demonstrate his talents
He was
well
even
into
at
his
yeah,
30s.
you got to remember that even at his 27, he was already a two-division world champion. Yeah, I think he rattled off Zab. I believe it was Zab. I believe it was Quintana at the time. Remember, Quintana and him were, the two top prospects or whatever the case may be from Puerto Rico. And I don't know why. Never thought why either. Um, yeah, I think he rattled off Zab. He had rattled off Quintana. I believe it was Mosley. Uh, who else was it? There was somebody else there too. You know what I'm saying? So it's like a lot of names that people don't realize who it was. You know what I'm saying? It's just he rattled off a lot of them. You know what I'm saying? Not saying that Dev is not doing the same thing, but in today's day and age, a lot of these fighters are not trying to compete against each other. Dev is probably one of the only fighters that's still trying to is. That's still
The thing,
trying
the
to,
thing, the thing about what I like about what Devin is doing is he's not really hiding behind anybody or anything,
that's what I'm saying.
and
Like it's not a lot of fighters that are doing that same thing.
he
You
doesn't
help again?
have a lot of protection.
You help again? What happened? Hold on, yo.
Okay. Um, what I mean by that is I don't see him. It's like the masses aren't protecting him. Like if he's even deemed as looking like he's avoiding a fight, they're gonna call him a dug, woody woo, right? And he can't take an easy fight. It's like, I mean, yeah, the comeback fight after a year layoff, Jose Ramirez, was people was crying and complaining about that fight, a former unified champion. So let me say I don't care about the accolades because by 27 Adrian Broner had more accolades than Hagler. Now, come on, it's context and everything. That's why if you live through it, Carrier, you have to tell the story. Yeah, you have to tell the story because, like you saying, certain things are gonna look a certain way, right? Based on who the promoters were and who were moving the fighters. So they may get certain accolades. I see your point. But we have to break everything down based on the body of work. Yeah, Adrian Broner, they might be at a certain level by a certain age over another guy in comparison. But how did everything play out in totality? So we know that Hagler was more accomplished and had a better overall career than AB, respectfully. And with those lower weight classes in the nowadays in boxing, there's a lot of weight classes that are jumbled together, separated by 3 pounds, 4 pounds, 5 pounds, stuff like that. So that'll definitely build, the statistics overall for most fighters. Talk to me, coach. Let's do an audio check. You can hear me? How you feeling today, coach?
I hear you good, brother. Just to kind of piggyback on what you saying with Haney being an independent, and it allows him to move kind of how he wants to move. If he was tied to a promoter, and we know the promoters and the sanctioning bodies work hand in hand, we know that he would have to fight a lot of mandatories. Haney don't really fight a lot of mandatory. He just kind of gets to bypass the mandatory and go straight to champions. which is allowed. He fast tracked himself into the Floyd Mayweather green print a lot earlier than Floyd did. Actually, to be honest, uh, just going the
Yeah.
independent route. Now, just fighting champions. See, right now, people are so mesmerized with trophies and medals and trinket. I call them trinkets and awards and belts and accolades and all that stuff. Is good. Out of Devin Haney's own mouth, anybody can become a champion. That's what those are his words, not mine. If you have a belt, that doesn't necessarily mean you're the best guy in the division. That just means you have a belt. So by you getting to bypass mandatories, a lot of times you're allowed to fight champions who are less than the mandatories. Because a lot of times the mandatories, a lot of times, are your toughest fights. A lot of times they're harder than the champions to beat. So it's all about the perception. So they done a fantastic job, as far as just getting the belts, collecting belts, and avoiding
But you
mandatories.
gotta. You said, hold on, coach. Hold on. Let me just say this to you. You said avoided mandatories. I need to know who was avoided and who was the mandatory that they avoided.
Well, the thing about it, he doesn't. Devin don't stay at divisions long enough to really avoid mandatories because he was fighting so far out of his weight class that they don't stay there a long time. Like when he got Loma, that was it. He couldn't stay there no more. After he beat Loma, he had to move up. There's no way in the world he could have stayed at
But see,
135
but that
without.
was, and the funny thing when you mentioned that, coach, they made Loma a mandatory defense. So,
Well,
and
I guess
that's what I'm saying. That's like as tough as it's gonna get as a mandatory go. No,
yeah, I don't really remember how it all played out. I think, but Loma got some franchise belt or something, and Devin Haney got awarded the belt, but eventually they wound up fighting each other. I think for undisputed, if I remember correctly. I think it all came to fruition at some
let me
point in time.
let me just say this, coach, real quick. Now, essentially, what happened was Devin was in position to fight Loma for the WBC. He was scheduled to fight Luke Campbell, but Loma petitioned as a current champion. He already had the WBA. He petitioned to fight for the WBC. And Devin was in the tournament, so he was supposed to be in line, whoop de whoop. So because they petitioned, they were awarded. He fought Luke Campbell, beat Luke Campbell, and then Loma ended up. They were in the requesting franchise status so that he didn't have to defend. Because anytime you win a vacant WBC title, it was required that you had two mandatory defenses of the title when you win a vacant. That's how the WBC had it. Of course, that's why they had to elevate him to franchise status. So once they did that, of course, they pretty much avoided the fight. Now, the reason why they ended up fighting is because Devin Haney said he wanted to fight Lomachenko. So he was in a 3-fight deal. He fought George twice, of course. That last fight, um, after they left the second fight, he went to the Loma fight, and he pretty much wanted the Loma fight. And everybody say maybe he was bigger than Loma, ever whoop de whoop. Uh, I mean, you could say that. You could say that, but we've seen a lot of people. The bigger they are, the harder they fall, right?
Yeah,
So
and at the end of the
that's
day,
pretty
like I
much
said,
how everything broke down. Hold on, I think
yeah, I
Coach.
mean, yeah, Bill done a phenomenal job, with Devin, moving him in the right direction. I don't know if you heard the interview with Andre Ward, which was, Andre Ward, he's very tactful and he's very skilled interviewer. And I listen, the words mean a lot. Now, Andre Ward called Bill Hopkins, which to me, I mean, I'm sorry, Haney, I'm sorry, was kind of a backhanded compliment. A lot of people didn't catch it. He
What did he say,
said
Coach?
that he said that Bill Haney is one of the best matchmakers in the business. Now, a reason why I say that because Andre Ward has a vested interest in guys like Keyshawn and Shakur. So basically, he was insinuating very sly that Bill Haney is matched his son up very well, and that's why he's in the position that he's in right now. Andre Ward is sneaky. He sneak distant. A lot of people
It's
didn't catch
funny.
that,
It's funny
but
that
I
you
caught
said.
him.
You know why? Hold on. You know why people didn't catch it, Coach? Is because that's not the first time he's called Bill a great matchmaker. Bill was kind of the one that put it in Bud Crawford's ear to take the Canelo fight. He thought that Crawford could beat Canelo even before Crawford did. So that war, so Ward, maybe he was implying that Devin, but I don't think he views. See, that's what I'm saying. A lot of people, like fans, like some people, they may slight Devin or think Devin is one way or not. Andre Ward doesn't think that because he sees the work ethic, and that's what I heard when I saw the clip. Is he how he talked about how Devin and Bill was consistently putting in work, and he could see that playing out in fruition, and in their career, and like the longevity of it up until this point, being champion for 7 years. So I don't think he was slighting them. Out of respect, I think he was more so probably talking about maybe Devin's career, but also Bud as well, and kind of what Bill was doing.
Yeah, and I can see the other side of the coin, but like also we know that matchmaking is a very, very big part of your perception as a boxer. Boxing is also about perception, what the fans perceive that you are. Canelo Alvarez had a tremendous matchmaker, which perceived him to be the best Mexican fighter ever because he was put in with certain styles that were favorable to him. That's the job of a matchmaker, to be honest, is to put your guy into fights that's going to be favorable to him, where he's going to have the most advantages. Now, if it's a true 50-50 fight or your guy's an underdog, it's going to be for a tremendous amount of money. Then it's worth it then. That's why you see a lot of guys where they say high risk, low reward, because it's a high risk and that's not a guarantee I'm going to win this fight, and the reward is very low. Bud Crawford called Boots Ennis high risk, low reward in so many words. He said, I have nothing to gain and everything to lose. Translation, high risk, low reward. Because Bud built himself up to a level he's perceived to be the best fighter of this generation. Now that's up for debate. I'm not gonna get back and forth, you know what I'm saying? Hey, everybody's entitled to their own opinion. But he got himself to that level where he has the perception of being the best fighter of this generation. And even though only having one fight at 168, he's perceived to be better than everybody else at 168 based off only having one win over Canelo Alvarez. That's how powerful perception is. Perception and reality are two different things.
I got you on all that, coach. So the premise is this, right? The the perception is Devin Haney is a pound for pound fighter. Is that not the reality? And
Yet to be determined. To be determined. The
okay,
perception.
that's what I'm saying. But how many levels do you need to see him go through, coach?
Well, the
Because
thing is,
at this point,
you
it's,
have
it's
to
the
you have
third.
to
He
go.
on the third division now.
I understand that, but like I said, they were short stop. At 40, did he win a belt at 40? At one belt at one defense. I don't think he has a
Yeah, he
defense
made
at
he
40,
made
right?
Regis he made Regis
Yeah.
Prograis look silly.
Okay, so he had one stop at 40, and then he dipped out. He was too big.
Well, he fought
Okay.
Ryan, but Ryan blew the weight.
Yeah, but
So
that was a
so
catch weight.
that
Yeah.
was a tough. That was a
Yeah.
catchweight for Ryan. Devin made
Yeah, exactly.
140.
Actually, Ryan blew the weight. It wasn't a catch weight. He just
Right.
violated the contract.
Exactly.
So in essence, he had two fights at 40,
Hmm.
and then he had to get up out of there because he couldn't make the weight. The weight
Now, is
weight
this
weight cut was too
dude? Do you
much.
feel like that he understands the optics, or is he just that much of a dog?
Who understands
With
the
all
optics?
these
Bill
other
Haney?
Devin Haney and Bill, I mean Devin Haney has never missed weight.
No, he hasn't. And shout out to him because he made some crazy weights, man. Like 135. I don't know how that kid made it. I mean, he just looked so horrible and miserable on that scale. So it was like horrendous. I mean, he looked
It,
like 50 Cent in that movie, when 50 Cent played a sick patient. Devin Haney looked horrible on the scales at 135. I don't know how he made it. And you know what I'm saying? And really to see this guy who's probably fighting in a weight class right now that he should have been at like 4 years ago. You know what I'm saying? 147. The thing about it, I still think 47 is a tough weight cut for him.
Mm.
I think anytime a guy's having to come down 20, 25 pounds, that's a lot of weight. That's a lot. You know, these Devin Haney probably walks around 165, 170. Man, he's still having to come down 20 plus pounds to get to 47. Boots still coming down 20, 25 pounds. You know, so that's why it's hard to compare errors because, you know, back then you had same day weigh-ins. You didn't have all these in-between weight classes. So either you were 160 or 175. If you were 147 or 160, if you were 135 or 147, it was a lot bigger. You didn't gain anything by shrinking yourself down on the same day weigh in. As a matter of fact, you hurt yourself. If you had to weigh in the same day and fight that evening, there was no advantage gained in fighting in the smaller weight class because you're just gonna be too weak and too diminished to perform. So it just behooves you to go up to your natural fighting weight where you will feel your best at and your strongest at. So a lot of these guys are guilty of playing the weight game, which it is. It's not a sin because there's weight classes. So if you can make these in between weights, which was another way the sanctioning bodies could get more sanctioning fees because now you got more belts. That was another reason for the weight classes. Is putting a little in between weights in there. More sanctioning fees, more belts,
I'm glad
more
Zuffa doing
champions.
away with it.
Yeah. Because like you spoke of earlier, you got what 118, but you got 112, 115, 118,
Mm-hmm.
122, 126. I mean, come on, man. These guys are
130.
like,
Yeah,
you feel me,
exactly.
bro?
Yeah.
But then you can call yourself a 7 division champion. Yeah, because you start off at 112 and you only went up 3 pounds. So yeah, of course you could be a 7 division champion. If you
Right.
start off at 112,
Mm-hmm.
but yeah, I feel like Devin Haney, tremendous fighter, man. Taking that from him, I think 47 is probably his best weight
Now,
class.
let me say this real quick, Coach. Shout out to Travis Bryan and he said Shakur is a beast. Stephen A. Smith said that Devin and Shakur is not a big fight. He doesn't believe Devin Haney is that guy in a name perspective. What you say about that, Coach?
I think Stephen A. Smith is a fool when he doesn't have his hand on the pulse of the people. He don't know that people like you, people like the YouTube content creators are driving the sport of boxing right now. They're driving the bus. It's not big media. It's not old media.
Oh.
It's the new media. So he don't have his finger on the pulse of the people. That is a big fight for the culture. Just like Tank Davis is a big fight for the culture. Unfortunately, Tank is so small that we'll never get any of those fights. We will never ever get Devin Haney versus Tank. Never. The fight will never happen. Just because of too much size difference. Tank is a small dude and Devin is a big guy, and that fight will never happen. But Shakur and Devin, that is a fight that the coach will want to see. Is it the best fight? Maybe not, but it's the people that it'll be a lot of controversy. It'll be a lot of online debates, and that'll drive that fight. You know what I'm
I
saying?
don't I don't think that shit gonna happen to the truth though either. I don't really think it's gonna happen. I think they're probably going to somehow somewhere in 54, and then from there it's just like I don't see Shakur going to 54. I see him at most maybe 47, maybe as a big mill, maybe because he's not on like the bigger side of 40. But um, I would say I
Does
would say I would.
Does Dev have money fights at 47? Is that why he's going up?
I think Tank versus Shakur is bigger than Devin versus Shakur.
No, it is. It definitely is. I
Yeah,
definitely
but
agree with you there.
Devin versus Tank is the biggest fight in boxing.
I definitely agree with you there. That's not a
No, I don't. I disagree with that. I don't think Devin versus Tank is. I think Shakur versus Tank is bigger than
no
Devin
no
versus
no no
Shakur.
no no. No,
You
I would
capping,
agree with you.
Coach?
No,
No, I'm being serious, man.
no, it's true. It's true. It's true because I don't think the only thing with Dev is Dev has a lot of haters and Dev has a lot of things, but like Dev's thing with Dev, like yes, Dev is a name and Dev is a big money fight in these lower weight classes, but it's like it's not the same thing. Like people have been talking about the Shakur and Tank thing for years now. Not really the Dev and Tank thing. Like we kind of always all knew
Oh,
like
so hold on, one. We gonna do
it's
that.
no, it's not even doing it, bro. You gotta think about it,
So
right? You got you
hold on. Who's the four kings then of this? Who's the four kings then?
but even then, right? Like that was something that most of
They s-
YouTube were saying. That was
they
most of
started
YouTube
off
was,
in the same weight
and,
class.
and I get it, but In reality, let's really be coach. You could probably answer this. In reality, right? Out of all four of them, right? If you was to be like one
Devin,
of them
what's
is going to
good?
end up at
Lady,
68,
what's up?
probably by the end of his career, right? If all between all of them, between Ryan, Devin, Tank, and Teofimo, if one of them would have been ending up at 68, it would have been Dev because Dev is a big boy. That's not a small guy. He's not a small person. I kind of figured he wasn't never going to fight Tank. It was never even an imagining because Tank he even when he fought, I think who was it, JoJo?
I
I was
gotta
like, yo,
see
he
this
got
nigga Devin in person, man.
yeah,
You
nah,
know,
Dev
we
is a
Nah,
talk
big
about these
boy,
he
niggas
bro.
like
Dev,
these
he's
guys.
big,
I
man. He's a
seen
hundred.
Crawford
Dev
in person. Crawford walked right past me, walked right beside me. I had a shirt
and
with him and Canelo on it, and he looked at me. And Crawford walked by me, little dude, man.
nah, see.
Devin is taller
But I'm not saying he
Devin is
not a
taller
strong dude.
than Crawford.
Nah, see, because
Devin's
you
taller than
thinking
Crawford.
you see, but
Devin, come on,
you're
man.
thinking in height wise. That's why.
But y'all
Y-
putting Devin at 68 with Pacheco?
Nah,
Yeah,
Devin
bro.
not no 68. He's
Oh
not
No,
a
my
I'm
68.
saying
god.
I'm not at 60. He'll end up probably at 60, like Boots. They'll
I
probably
think
no
50.
in
I
Boots
think
and
54. I think 54
yeah, I think
Devin.
he'll probably end at 60. Like his like if his career type, he'll end at 60. But he's a big that's a big boy. But like Xander, like I didn't think Xander was that big. Xander's a big boy. He's probably going to end his career at 75 because he's a big
Yeah,
kid.
I can agree with that because Zerto started his career
So
off at
now, so see
168,
now,
and now he's at freaking cruiserweight.
Yeah, that's a big boy. Those are big. Like it's not the same thing as like back then when you had like Ray Leonards that were really actually 47 and they were actually fighting at their weight class. It's not then. It's not that no more.
But
It's
you remember
you.
Ray Leonard went all the way up to 175. If you
Yeah,
remember
but
that,
even then,
yeah.
coach when he remember. Yeah, I remember when he first started. He started off at his natural weight class at 47.
Yeah,
He
that's
always
my
made
and
that.
that's not my whole point though. One is that Devin wasn't always this big guy. He been champion
No,
since he
yeah,
was
but
20
even then,
years. But
you
hold
gotta
on,
remember.
he
You
been
gotta also
champion
remember he
since he was
started.
20.
You
Where did
gotta
he
remember he
start?
started off at 15, bro. You gotta remember as you grow older, right? At 20,
Exactly.
from
So we
15.
can't penalize you though.
No, yeah, no, we're not penalizing him though. I'm just saying that fight will never happen.
But my
I've
whole
always
thing,
not
said
but no, but the
because
whole premise it's
even
not
when
gonna happen
Devin
because
fought,
it's not unrealistic. I completely understand. I completely understand what y'all saying, but that doesn't mean it's not a big spectacle.
no, it is a big
it,
spectacle. I'm not saying that it's not.
it is a big. It's gonna look like that fight will look. The opposite will look bad. First of all, it's gonna look like Devin Haney is picking on a small guy again. That's gonna be the narrative right there.
After the
That's
fight,
gonna be
yeah.
the, no. Before the fight, it's gonna be the
Before the
narrative
fight.
before the fight.
Before the fight.
It's gonna be
But
before
I
the fight.
mean,
Devin,
but the
it
only
is
way Tank could fight Devin at this point is he would have to do something
No,
legitimately at the high weights.
nothing.
Nobody's gonna believe it.
See, hold on, Marco.
Hold on. Nobody's gonna believe that Tank can beat Devin if he doesn't fight at the higher weights.
No, but the thing is,
Tank shouldn't
but
be able to beat Devin. He should
no,
not.
he shouldn't
Right,
be. It should never.
He's too
right.
Even,
small, bro. He shouldn't be able to beat him.
even,
Exactly.
Too small.
But I'm just
even
saying, if he
if
came back and did stop a Pacquiao at 147 and get a
no,
title, or
even
fight
then, but
Rose or
Pacquiao 50
fight
years
Ryan,
old, man.
then
yeah,
Pacquiao
it would
50
make
years
even then,
sense.
you
old,
still
man.
wouldn't be able to. Even then, you still wouldn't be able
We
to
still
because if
got
you
to
think
see something.
you got to remember though. You got to even like even like that's a great example. Pacquiao, right? Pacquiao started off at whatever weight class he started on, right? And he made his way up. But even when they was comparing him to Floyd and they were like throwing him in there with Floyd, which one of y'all really picked Pacquiao? We're three here. We're four here.
I was with Floyd, but my whole thing is this though.
No, see, but
Tank,
that's the
stop. Hold on. We can't give Tank no pass like that. Like everybody's talking
not
about Devin.
saying, and it's
Devin
not
ain't no.
giving him.
Hold on.
It's
Devin
not
ain't
giving
no.
it a pass.
Hold on. All I'm saying is Devin ain't this old big ass dude that everybody trying to claim he is.
You can't
When
do that.
we just
Nah,
hold
that's
on.
cap.
Well, we going. Hold on. We going to do that because didn't Tank stop Mario Barrios?
Yeah, but that's
Is it?
Man,
Hold on. Is
he
it?
put a rehydration.
Hold on.
He put a
Is it?
no. He put a rehydration clause on
It
Barrios.
doesn't.
He put a
Okay,
clause
that's
on him.
all well and good. He fought him and he stopped him. Now, isn't Mario Barrios fighting Ryan Garcia? Isn't he bigger than Ryan Garcia?
yeah, but Ryan. If you look at
Exactly.
Ryan,
So
but look at Ryan. They're closer in size
you
than
missing
what
it. You
Devin
missing it.
that
You missing it.
is James.
All that size stuff should go out the window. That's an
Nah, man,
excuse. That
nah,
stuff is
brother,
an excuse, man.
no, you don't
That's
sound,
an
you
excuse.
not
Then Shakur, hold
nobody.
on, hold on.
Nah,
Shakur just said he could beat Devin. He didn't need a hot rehydration to beat these
I did.
guys, right?
I didn't say,
He
and I
just
didn't
said
say,
that.
and I didn't say. We're talking about
Come
Shakur is.
on,
I
man.
mean, Tank Davis is 5'4", man. That dude, what this last he last
And
weighed
what
in
and
hold on,
Mario
wait.
Barrios is bigger than
He
Devin Haney.
he last weighed in at 133
we're talking
pounds.
about
He weighed
height.
133.
Talking
Devin
about height.
Haney
Okay.
weighed in when he was fighting at 135. This dude would come in the ring 162
Hold on, coach. Hold on.
at
Matter of fact,
135.
we'll
Man,
put it
he
like
ain't
this.
fighting that big old dude, man. That fight
Hold
ain't
on.
gonna never happen, bro.
We'll put it like this, right? We'll put it like
Okay.
this.
But he was going but he was gonna
Three,
fight Jake Paul
three, three,
at
Cause Jay
195.
Paul
Okay.
can't,
three,
cause Jay Paul can't fight, man. That's
three.
why he's
Let's
gonna
put it like
fight Jay Paul. Jay can't fight. Devin
three. Let's
can.
put three. Let's put it like this, right? How tall are you?
6'1".
6'1". How much you weigh right now, as of today? How much you think you weigh? Matter of fact,
Well, I weigh 205.
205. I have 40 pounds on you, and I've always been bigger than you, and I know that I've always been bigger than you. But that's my size difference. My legs are huge. I have big shoulders. I have a big arms. I have a big chest. Like I've always been big. It's never been. I've never. Even when I fought competitively in amateurs, I fought bigger weight classes. I didn't fight small. I didn't fight at 41. I didn't fight at 52. I fought at 65 and 75. That's the two weight classes that I fought at. So imagine somebody that is Dev's size, because Dev is taller than me, and Dev is a big boy. Dev is not a small person. That's what we're saying. Like Dev is like you can even tell when he was smaller, like younger. He was like, oh, he's not. He's even when he was
Hold
21.
on,
Oh,
Juan.
he's
Hold
not
on,
finished
Juan. So
growing
you
though.
tell hold on, Juan. So hold on. Devin Haney is 5'10". If that,
Five
maybe
ten.
you're
No,
5'10".
he maybe 5'10. Maybe. And even then,
Okay.
you gotta look at
So you're telling
his
so
shoulder. Look
Juan,
at
you're
his shoulder.
telling you just
Look
told
at
us
his
that you're
shoulders.
5'9", 245.
Yes, bro. Yes, bro. And I don't look like I carry it, bro. You've seen the picture. I don't look like I carry it. And I'm 245. I'm bigger than you because I know that I'm bigger than you. Most of you, like the thing is, you guys don't look at it like size. Certain sizes, you can tell. Like somebody that has like a masculine, like a real masculine build, or somebody that's really built like a fucking tank. Like Tank is a big boy, not like a big boy per se, but you can tell that he has muscle on him. Look at Dev. Dev's built like a fighter pilot. Like Dev is built like look at his dad. His dad's not small. His dad's
DT,
not nowhere near tiny.
look at that picture of me. I'm 6 foot. I was 175 pounds right
Nah,
there
bro.
in that picture.
And I promise you, I'll outrun everybody in these comments. I promise you.
Now I'm
I
not
don't, and I work.
175 anymore. I'm about
Yeah.
235 now, but back
Ma-
in my amateur days, I got a picture. I just put it
Look
up.
at the picture.
I was
Look at the picture I have here.
175 pounds.
Look at the picture I have here. I'm like 195 right there. That's 195. That's that. I'm telling you, bro. It's a different thing, bro. It's just
I didn't know you was
genetically.
that big of a boy, Juan.
Yeah, bro. Genetics is a motherfucker, bro. When you're talking about genetically, that boy's a freak, bro. That man is a freak, bro. And you look at him like you're gonna be like, oh, Crawford's not small. You take off your shirt and he takes off his, and you gonna see who's bigger and smaller. I promise you. You take off his and you take off his and you take off yours, and I promise you, you're gonna see who's bigger and who's smaller. No matter what, it's not the height. It's not never the height. It's never the height. It's your build. Your build is
It,
always gonna be different.
it's a lot
Yeah.
of times the weight is in your core.
So
Also,
what's
you
Yeah.
y'all
gotta.
what's y'all take on the Shakur Devin then? Do y'all feel like Devin is too big for Shakur too?
No,
Hmm?
I think Shakur. Nope, I think
Now
Shakur can fight him.
Shakur can fight him, but you can tell the difference.
I
You can
think
always tell
Shakur
the
can
difference
fight him
inside.
without a
Yeah.
rehydration clause too.
Yeah, with the rehydrate. What I think, because I think
Without
Dev
it,
walks around right.
without it,
Yeah, he probably walks around right now at 170. Walking around maybe, but even then, Shakur probably walks around at 160.
because here's my thing. It's like them guys is pretty close. You know, there's not really too much of a difference. I mean, we do know Devin been draining himself to get to 135. We've seen it to get to 140. Now he's looking comfortable at 147. And he's even talking about going up to 154. But at the end of the day, with how these guys oscillate and move through these weight classes and talk these weight classes, if you want to claim to be the best, I don't want to hear nothing about no rehydration clause. You know, one weight class up. because I
Matter of
think
fact,
Bud killed it. I think Bud killed it for everybody when he moved up 3 weight classes. You see what I'm saying? So it's like, if you want to claim to be the best, you want to say people's names, and even with Devin want to have lists. It's like, hey, y'all can make that fight happen. My
hold
only
on.
thing right now is like I don't agree with Shakur talking about saying Devin's name with a rehydration clause because he's talking about going up to 147 to fight him for his title. Now, if Shakur was like, "Hey, if Devin want to fight me, he can come to 140 and fight me for his title. You can fight me for my title, then I can respect that. But you can't say I'm gonna go up to 147, challenge the champion at 147, and then put a rehydration clause on him. It don't make sense. But
Hold
then
on.
say you'll fight somebody else at 140, but then say you'll fight somebody at 170. You see what I'm saying? Shakur contradicts himself. So that's why I
Yeah,
don't give him no
that's
outs because he said it,
that's
not me. If he didn't
this is
say that, then I'd be like, hey, he's just 140. That ain't his weight class or whatever. But he said he'll go up and campaign at
yeah, but
147 and
that's my
fight
biggest
people.
thing too, because even then, like you didn't put one on Teal, and Teal not really that much bigger than you, and
But that's
probably you're probably
140.
bigger than Teal. Yeah,
But that's the
Actually,
point. He
T.O. was
did
smaller.
show
He
up.
was
He
smaller
showed
than
up.
Shakur.
He
that's
He
showed
what I'm
was a
up
saying.
and
He's
he was
smaller
probably bigger
bigger.
than
man.
Teal.
He showed up and he was bigger than T.O. And that's the point I'm trying to make. So we just said 135. He moves up to 140, he becomes bigger. If he goes to 147, he'll put the weight on right. Like, I'm not people had a criticisms or whatever and critique about snack or whatever their supplements or whatever their conditioning is. If Shakur was to go up, Shakur will put on 7 pounds of functional muscle at
Mm-hmm.
147. So I
Mm-hmm.
think he'd be able to hold his own. And the ironic part about it to me is I believe Shakur could win with his skill set against Devin at 147 with no rehydration clause. He just don't want to take that risk right now. And I mean, like I said, if you don't want to take that risk, it's cool. Don't say Devin's name and don't say rehydration clause. It's just a bad look on his part because he don't even have to say that. He can just say, "Hey, I'm campaigning at 140 and at 135. I'm not going to 147."
He,
Yeah,
he
it,
But
don't
it
want to. He
but
don't
it's
want to
not
fight
giving.
Gary Antoine Russell though. That's what it is.
But
He wants to
but
avoid
but
that smoke.
hold on, OG. We gotta wait till after Saturday and see what's up. Because if he handle his business and he's champion right now, them is the options that's opening up. He can't say Gary. They couldn't really talk about Gary, and Gary couldn't really talk about him until Gary handles his business on Saturday. Because you're right, that is the fight. Because last I checked, Shakur is with WBO champion at 140 and Ring Magazine champion at 140. So the most logical fights would be the unification fights. So it would be him and Gary, him and Africa, or him and Dalton Smith. You see what I'm saying? And so we see if Gary handles his business, because if Gary calls out Shakur and then Shakur ignores him, then Shakur is officially a duck. Because you're
mm-hmm.
campaigning, they got you at reigning, they got you as number one top dog at 140, and you're not allowing the other dogs at 140 to challenge you, and you jumped up in weight, and you skipped the
Facts.
line, and you
Facts.
and you watched T.O. and exposed T.O. Because at the end of the day, none of us thought highly of T.O. We all remember T.O. lost to Cambosis. So when they hype him with beating Josh Taylor and this so-called the undisputed and all that other shit that they was putting on T.O., it's like, no, we seen T.O.'s game was flawed. I told y'all that T.O. keeps his lead hand down and that it was a matchup nightmare against Shakur. And he was just gonna get punched in his face or he ain't gonna be able to make that range. So therefore, it's like, nah, the Ring Magazine's propping you up as champion, and you at 140, and you ain't fought the necessarily the best at 140. You see what I'm saying? And so it's like I'm
Yeah.
a Shakur fan, but I'm not holding his water. I'm not no fanboy because at
Hey
this time
yo.
right now, what's beautiful right now is that Devin, Shakur, even Keyshawn did with his skill set done put himself in position because everybody didn't believe he washed Jermaine and make him look like a nobody like he did everybody else. All these young boys is in their prime right now. And then even when y'all was talking about Tank earlier, it's like, hey man, Tank's in a different situation because Tank just had a draw against Lamont, and Lamont came up from 130, right? And the people arguably could say he won that fight if they count the knee, right? And then he stays at 135 because he's a smaller fighter, and he be coming in at 133, like Coach be saying. So it's like when these guys move up in 140 on 147, that ship is sealed because we know if Tank is so-called A side, we have no indication that he won't put a rehydration clause. Now I can make the argument, or people can make the argument, well, he was gonna fight Jake Paul. Well, no, like y'all said, Jake Paul's trash, and that was a fake fight. That was exhibition. So if Tank put on the weight, let's say he came in at 147 and fought Jake Paul, he's not gonna be at that weight and compete with a Devin or a Shakur. You see what I'm saying? Like
Right.
real boxing fans know this. So it's like we can't even why make circle around and make these arguments. Plus, he got these legal troubles right now. And for me, I got him as inactive. So he's out the mix. I don't put his name in because I don't think he's capable to compete at the highest level with the top dogs right now. And I don't see how anybody who's a real Tank fan wouldn't want him to go and fight Lamont and clarify that. Because last I checked, he didn't win that fight. Everybody run around and these Tank fans say, "Oh, he didn't lose though. He didn't lose, but he got a draw." If Devin had a draw or Shakur have a draw, hey man, they would have packed them guys out. When nobody be saying these guys is the best. You see what I'm
They did the
saying?
same,
So,
but they
so
do the same.
Tank's living
They do the
off his
same. But
Tank's
they do
living
the
off his
same thing.
past.
They do the same thing to everybody else though. Because even like if you look at like the Arrow thing, like when Arrow lost to Bud, like they threw him away. Like, oh, he's no good no more. He's still no good.
But no, but you got but see the thing is when you can they can try to throw you away, but you can overcome that if you come back. You see what I'm saying? It's like Brian Norman Jr. just got beat by Devin. He you everybody we can claim he's thrown away and everybody written him and he's got exposed, but he's young and he's come and if he comes back, you see what I'm saying? You have to come back. That's the problem that happened with Spence. It's like Spence didn't give nobody an opportunity to still root for him and chill for him because he hasn't came back yet. You see what I'm saying? Because he got destroyed. He was unified champion with all three of those belts. He was dominating everybody, and then Bud destroys him. It wasn't like a close fight, and it'd be like you can hang your head. That was a good fight. We want to see the rematch. If he had a different type of strategy, he would have won. No, he got destroyed. So there's a difference. It ain't writing them off. People seeing what they seen. You see what I'm saying? It's just like even with Devin versus Ryan and Ryan whooping on PEDs, we can't unsee what we seen. So when people were having these criticisms about Devin's technique or how he approaches fights and all of that, hey, you still got that tape, even though that boy was on PEDs. Because if you watch the tape, you see that Devin done made a major adjustment since he fought Ryan because he's not jumping in and engaging early on in fights no more. He's maintaining range to time and not give people action like that. So he actually made adjustment from being cheated by Ryan. And that goes to show you that part of his loss or the lack of success he got in that fight was IQ, was his boxing IQ and game plan in combination with Ryan being on roid rage and cheating. You see what I'm saying? Because the tape is what it is. You can't discount the tape. Even if we all agree Ryan cheated, Ryan was on roid rage, like I said. You see him looking docile yesterday. People was like, I don't know, he's in shape. It's like the boy can barely talk. He's moving very slow. He's looking like he's very ghoulish. He's looking like he's reserving all his energy. He's looking like he's fighting very hard to cut weight at 147. Like it's difficult for him. You see what I'm saying? And then if he's on the right testing and he ain't got the ostarine or whatever in his system when he was pumped and drinking beers and yelling and doing all this other crazy shit when he was fighting Devin. So until we see what he shows up and performs on Saturday, he's still got a question mark on, hey, is this dude a legit fighter without any type of substances? Because we don't
Oh yeah,
know.
he gonna lose, man. I got Barrios beating him. But like you said, even with the Devin and the Ryan fight, let's just say hypothetically that Ryan wasn't on anything. Or let's just replace
Yeah.
Ryan with another fighter that had
Type
the
of
Yeah.
thing.
similar attribute that had similar attributes. That means Devin couldn't deal with that.
I
If
don't
he
agree. I just think it
No,
was
no,
a
hold on.
bad, it
I
was a
said
bad
replace him.
strategy.
I said replace him. No, it's bad strategy, whatever. Have you ever seen the movie Undisputed with Wesley Snipes? At
Hmm.
the end, he said something very telling. Too old, bad strategy, wasn't my night, whatever the case may be. At the end of the day, you lost. Whatever for whatever reason it may be. My dog ate my homework. If at some point in time, somebody gonna have your number.
Yeah.
And let's just replace Ryan Garcia with a guy that has Devin Haney's number. That means Devin Haney would have got cooked that fight because he ran into
But
somebody who had his number.
But OG, that's the weird part about it because it was like Ryan cheated, so it took it away, and we ain't seen nobody else
Nah,
have
but
Devin's
I,
number.
I, I
No, but
think, but
You see what I'm saying?
you acting like Ryan Garcia is Roy Jones. He's not. He's got a
No, but
different
you're
that's what I'm.
book.
you're
That's why I'm
That,
trying to
you're
tell you. That's
that,
why.
that,
That's why.
you're
That's why
you're
I'm
you're
telling
missing
you.
you're missing what he's saying though. You're missing. So like
Champ.
how you say it? Like all right, matter of fact, here's the perfect thing. Like Ricardo Mario and Vernon Forrest. Like you would have not thought, oh well, Ricardo beat Vernon because Vernon superior boxer, superior fighter, whatever the case may be. Twice out and out, he got beat. Same thing with Shane Mosley and Vernon. Same thing with Shane Mosley and Winky. Like you would have not thought, oh well, maybe more Winky and Shane. You would have thought that, but you would have not thought that, oh well, Vernon would have can be Shane. Like you would have not thought that because again, you got to remember Shane was on a different level and on a different platform than everybody else at that point. You got to also remember there's always styles that
Let
make
me
some.
let me get in one.
Yeah, do your thing, G.
Let me get in one. Mention shout out to everybody in the tag the like button. Hey, it's a big fight weekend, y'all. It's a huge fight weekend. Blaze, I gotta ask you this because Stephen A stated.
Go ahead.
Hold on, let me
I think Ryan
let me.
Garcia put a blueprint out there to beat Devin Haney. That was a blueprint,
Hey,
whether people want to
but and
admit it or not.
coach
Cheat the
and
No,
cheat.
coach,
Hold on,
it
I
coach.
was a
So
agree.
the
blueprint.
cheat the weight. Hold on, man. I
No,
gotta.
no,
I ain't
no,
played this in a. I ain't
no,
played this in a
no.
while, man. Let me run David, man. I ain't played this in a while. Here you go, coach. You earned it.
What I don't like about the Ryan fight is that you came out, Ryan, even if it was a little bit, he still came out. Why do you have any of that in your body? You know what I mean? I don't know what if there was messed up with the supplements, but I feel like that was a big advantage for him. It was a really big advantage. No matter what anybody says, you shouldn't have any of that stuff in your body. So, in my opinion, that helped him a lot, and it messed up Haney a little bit because it wasn't 50-50.
Like I said, that was fine and dandy, but the drop was
G3, the
cool. But
tape's
that
still there. The tape's still
he
there.
laid out there's a blueprint there because there are fighters who can fight like Ryan Garcia on Ostarine and actually be better than Ryan Garcia on Ostarine. Can be a
Hey, but
better,
coach,
stronger, faster version of Ryan Garcia. That's a blueprint. That
but
was a
coach,
blueprint.
but
And,
coach,
and
as,
is that why?
but
Is
what I
that
gotta
why you picked B Norman to beat Devin Haney?
Mm.
I, only reason I picked, yeah, hold on. I think
yeah,
you did too, if I remember correctly. But I'm gonna go ahead and say this: I did pick B Norman to beat him, based off the way that the way that Ryan Garcia beat him,
yeah.
and the Jose Ramirez fight. I didn't pick him because I thought B Norman was better than Devin per se. I thought Devin Haney was diminished. I picked him
But
off
by,
Devin Haney
but
being diminished. That's why I
but
picked B Norman.
what I would tell you, coach, is did you agree that Devin has made the adjustment since the Ryan Garcia fight?
Oh yeah, I can agree with that. Absolutely, I
So
think
what
it
I'm
helped him
telling
in.
you is, so what? Hold on, let me just a follow up. So with the adjustment, what I mean is that with the looks that he gave Ryan, he didn't give Ramirez and he didn't give Brian Norman Jr. Right?
Now he definitely made an adjustment, and I think he helped him in the Norman fight also. The adjustments that he made
And so that's
because
the
he did.
point I'm trying to make, where it's like, hey, you got that tape, but Devin ain't fighting like that no more. You're not gonna get that version of Devin when you fight him now.
Yeah, but it's still a blueprint out there. Like I say, you can't unsee it. Yeah, he
Yeah,
cheated,
you
but at
can't
the same
unsee it.
time,
I agree. You can't unsee it.
I can't wipe it from my memory. I hated it. I hated it. I was like, I was sitting on the
Yeah,
edge of
it's
my bed,
unfortunate.
and I'm like, what the heck is? I said, what the heck is Devin doing? I thought he was gonna get knocked out in the first round, dude.
Man,
I
he
thought
caught
he was
that
gonna
left
get
in the
stopped in
first
the
round,
first
and I
round. I
thought
was
it
like,
was
what the heck
listen,
is going
coach.
on, man?
When he caught that left in the first round, I shook my head and said it was over right there. Because with Devin's boxing IQ, he shouldn't have even caught that in the first place. And now, like how he fought Brian Norman Jr. last time, and even how he fought Ramirez, he wouldn't catch that left hook in the first round no more because he's not giving you that type of range no more. He's gonna space his range and he's gonna wait you out until you make a mistake. You see what I'm
But
saying? It's not
I
there.
think,
The left
but I
hook's
think
not
what it
there
is,
anymore for Devin.
it took a lot of soul searching, and he had to come to grips with it that he did make a tactical error because at first his first reaction was to solely blame the loss on the PEDs. Then Andre Ward probed him and pushed at him and said, "You don't think you could have made some adjustments tactically? Maybe made some mistakes." Andre Ward is a very good interviewer, very
And
good,
real.
and he'll say subtle things to make you think. Devin Haney probably left the interview and he had to search himself and said, "You know what? Even though Ryan Garcia was on PED, I shouldn't have got hit with that." He had to come to grips with that.
Yeah, he didn't have to
I
get hit
shouldn't
with
have
the
got
left
hit. I
hook.
shouldn't have got hit with that.
That's where I'm at with it. He didn't have to get hit with that. But like I said, I don't really like talking about it because I don't want to give any legitimacy to Cheat Ryan on the PEDs. That's not cool. These guys put their life on the line. So I want to make that very clear. but I can't unsee what I see from a strategic standpoint and what Devin can control in that fight. And Devin could control the range and the opportunity for Ryan to hit him with that left hook early on in the round, just like with Lamont versus Pitbull. Lamont had enough free will to not be in the high guard in front of Pitbull and get rocked in the second round. He didn't have to take that shot. That was a bad strategy and game plan on his part. Same difference, except for Ryan was on
Yeah,
PEDs.
and that's why I wish the
Yeah,
fight. I wish there were no PEDs involved. I wish there would have been a straight up win. That way they could have been on a rematch and it wouldn't have been this
but he can't.
controversy.
But he can't beat a top flight Devin Haney off PEDs, coach.
I said wish.
Because
I
if
said I wish he
yeah,
would.
because if he could have did it, if he could have did it, he would have did it.
Yeah, but
If
and
he
that's
was
the
a
thing. I don't
discipline,
think
if he could have did it, he would have did it at 35, right?
I
No,
don't think
When
I'm
he
Ryan
just
was
could
saying. I'm
ever
saying I
beat
wish he
Devin
would.
again.
I wish it would. I wish it was a clean sport and it wasn't any
Yeah.
controversy around that fight. I wish it would. I wish everything would have played out just like it did.
now you
And
had Barrios
Devin got
beating
his rematch.
Ryan, right?
Yeah, yeah. I'm
So
against
what's you
Ryan.
going? So what
I
you
don't
gonna
want
say
Ryan to
when
win.
when Ryan walks through Barrios and stops him?
I, this is
That's
what
what
I'm
you
gonna
think's
say.
gonna happen, B3?
I don't. First of all, I don't like Ryan. A lot of people want Ryan to win for Devin's sake. I'm not on that.
Not
I'm
me.
not on that. I'm not on that sentiment. I don't share that
I want
sentiment.
the
I do
best
not
man to
like
win,
Ryan.
period.
I think Ryan is not good for the sport. So I'm pulling for Barrios off the fact that Ryan Garcia is a cheater. You want Barrios to win for the sake. I mean, Garcia for the win for the sake of Devin Haney. I'm assuming you want Barrios to win because of Devin Haney's sake. I don't care if Garcia wins. I want him to lose because he's a cheater and he's a racist, and I don't like it. So I'm going with the other guy. That's where I stand at.
Hmm.
So for me, I'm not really into the Devin Ryan rematch because I know Ryan is a cheat and a drug cheat. I feel
Yeah.
like I feel like he's going to cheat Barrios and he's going to hurt and stop Barrios. I don't think he's going to fight Barrios on an even playing field like he did with Rolly.
Okay.
And that's already been alluded to the fact because he pulled out of the testing. He wasn't tested up until December of 2025. So he had
Okay.
less
I
than
hear what you're
60
saying,
days in
B3.
testing on this fight. So yeah,
I
so I
hear you.
think when he throwing them shots, I'm expecting to see a tremendous Ryan Garcia, one that looks strong, and he's gonna land some big shots and hurt Mario. It's just gonna be that simple.
But yeah, hey, I gotta bounce,
So
man,
you
out for a second, man. I appreciate coming through, B3. I appreciate
Appreciate you,
you.
Blaze.
What's up? I appreciate you too, Coach. And shout out to BVO. I'm gone.
To the Blaze. What's up, Coach? What's up, B3?
BVO, my brother, what's
Y'all hear me?
happening, man? Who let me ask you this
Hey,
big
yeah,
fight
hey,
weekend.
what's good? What's good, brother? Yeah, like I'm Team Barrios, man. Like I said, man, I'm a rooting against Ryan. I want Barrios to win. Now, whether that happens or not, yet it's be determined. But I'm pulling for Mario Barrios. I like the way he carry himself. I don't like what Ryan represents. So I'm against Ryan on this fight.
Yeah, I'm with you on that, coach. I'm just trying to make a couple dollars if I can. Uh, that's the only way I'm looking. That's the only thing I'm thinking about with it. I'm trying to predict correctly and just watching both guys, hearing what
You
Ryan is
doing the right
doing,
thing. You bet with your wallet, not your heart. Now I can understand that, brother.
and but it's still that's not really the best fight, like the easiest fight to predict. But I just got to go with the guy that's the puncher, man. In this fight, this is gonna be a puncher's fight right here. So the person that lands the biggest shots, the heaviest shots, is gonna get the job done. BVO, talk to us.
Did you fall off, BBO?
You can hear me, coach.
Yeah, I can hear you. I think BBO. I think he fell off, man. He's in a bad
Yeah,
spot or something.
yeah, BVO. When he jumps on his brother's show, he moving all around Cleveland, knowing there ain't no service. Shout out to my brother BVO, man. He's showing up for me. Even though riding around Cleveland, man, be careful, man. Make sure you keep your wallet tight. Coach, you can hear me. Talk to me, Coach.
Yeah,
With
I can hear
the
you, man. Yeah, I'm
with
looking
the
forward, brother. I'm looking
with the,
forward to the weigh-in at 6 o'clock. I want to see what the guys look like on the scale, man.
yeah, I don't really like putting picks in before that. You want to see how
Yeah,
the guys, and usually they do ceremonial, but you
yeah, it'd
want
be
to at least
ceremonial.
see their how they feel out in comparison to their opponent.
Yeah, 'cause
And
I
then
think
what?
I
And
heard the
also, what's the
brother say.
temperament? How they, what's the vibe?
I think I
Are
heard
they
the brother say
shrinking down
Ryan,
and
Ryan
standing
was
up?
looking bad, man. Said Ryan was looking kind of drawn up and skinny.
Well, that's what they saying with his face, but he was on weight early.
Hmm. Maybe he's having to hold that weight. Maybe that's what's making him feel that way,
Mm-hmm.
look that way.
Yep. Mm-hmm.
Yeah, he had to hold that weight so that they
Because
really,
coach, he
they
was
make
like
him.
149.4. Uh, Saturday, Sunday.
Yeah, that's the thing. When you make that weight, when you get close to it, you don't want to put it back on and have to get it back off. And you're gonna try to hold it. You know what I'm saying?
But I was always under the assumption, coach, that you lose the last 2 to 3 pounds pretty much the day before or right before you weigh in.
Yeah, man.
So,
Everybody got crazy ways. They got their
but that's what I'm
routines.
saying. To your point, coach, if he's 2 to 3 pounds away 7 days out, maybe he's too low.
Yeah, like now either that or what he did is he probably dehydrated himself to satisfy that
Mhm.
WBC rehydration and then
Ooh.
rehydrated back up again. You know what I'm saying? Because you can go in
Okay.
the gym, and work out and get 5-6 pounds off
Hmm.
just to satisfy the stipulations, and then jump back on, then just go back and eat and go right back up. That could have been what he did. He could have just did that.
Man, this weight stuff is nasty business, man.
Oh yeah, it's an art to it, man. It's crazy, bro. It's an art to it. That's why I was always like, man, just fight where you feel better. That's what I tell my fighters, man. I said, man, just fight where you feel good at. Ain't no sense in
Hmm.
going through it and punishing yourself, because then you're gonna have excuses. If things don't go the way you want them to go, you're gonna be like, oh man, I did this, I did that, I cut too much weight, all this stuff,
That's a
and
fact, champ.
you know what I mean?
Hmm.
Yeah,
Nah,
that's
champ
fight where
also
you.
saying don't change your picks off the weigh-ins. I'm with you on that. But like you're saying, a lot of times certain things that are drastic. Now, majority of the times when we picking fights, coach, shoot, we putting eyes on the dude. That's the first week.
Oh yeah,
For the
well
first time, we putting eyes.
we looking for anything, man.
Yeah,
Outside
for
of
that competitive
a
edge.
close. Yeah, we looking for anything. Whether the guy looking scared, did he drop his head?
Hmm.
Who turned away first? I mean, we looking for anything
Anything.
to make ourselves feel better about our pick. It
Talk
really want
to
to get right
it.
down to it. We looking for anything, man. So like
Hmm.
when
Something to prove it.
when somebody don't give you anything, it's like, dang, they didn't give me nothing. You know what
Yep.
I'm saying?
Or they
Like,
look strong, like they look like both guys look like they in shape. It's like, dang, both of these guys look ready.
yeah, you don't
Then you
know. You
really
don't
got to
know
go
how it's
off the
gonna play
tape.
out.
You got to go off the tape. And a lot of times in boxing, champ, you got to go off of promoters. A-side politics.
Oh yeah, absolutely.
Franchon Cruz versus Italy Ortiz.
Yeah, plus like most time in boxing, it ain't really no 50-50 fight. So sometimes you got to be a moron to get it wrong. Yeah, you know what I'm saying? Because that's how they match these
Or
fights
you
up.
pay to do it that way.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. I mean, they match these fights up in a way that there's a lot of
That
times
you
there's
that you know that
80
you know they
20,
corrupt.
yeah, 80-20 fight, 70-30 type of fight. You ain't really getting no too many 50-50s.
Blue Hustle. Listen, y'all, we definitely growing, building the channel up, and this is a fire weekend. Now,
Oh yeah, it'll be a good
let me
fight.
ask you: are you gonna get a chance to watch the fights on Sunday, Coach? The Carissa
Yeah,
Shields
I'm watching.
card.
Oh yeah,
Okay.
yeah. Exactly, man. I ain't gonna miss that fight, man. I'm gonna check it out because, like I said, I like boxing, man. I just want to see if Franchon could just offer some type of resistance, at least make it interesting. I don't want to see a one-sided beat down. I want to see something
Yeah.
interesting.
1000%. I ain't mean to pivot too far. I wanted to ask you about Andy Hidioka. They saying he just got in um to Las Vegas on yesterday, so Thursday, or between like Wednesday, late Wednesday night, early Thursday morning. Uh, do
Jet
you
lag,
feel? Yeah,
yeah,
you think that's gonna mess with his performance?
man, it's possible, bro. But I know he's a professional. He's a true professional, so yeah, I'm pretty sure he probably dealt with that before.
24 no 19 KOs, but he
Yeah, yeah,
I don't think he has any USA fights.
exactly. So this could be a little, a little different for him. You know what I mean? Hey, give me 1 second, brother.
Okay, coach. Y'all tap the like button for us. We definitely building. Uh, Amazing community. Hey, listen, if you have to give, give. Bless the Cash App, the Zelle, the PayPal. Help us continue to grow. We definitely working. The monetization application with AdSense is going to be in on Saturday. That's when I can reapply. So, God willing, everything will work out, and we'll be able to make some money. Uh, get some fruits of the labor. That's mandatory. We need that now. With this weekend, like I think the most intriguing fight, in my opinion, I mean, it's because of course just being somebody to watch so much boxing. I want to see Frank Martin versus Nahir Albright. That's the fight I really want to see. Now that Hidioka is possibly going to be jet lagged. I mean, of course, I want to watch all of the fights, right? But anytime that you feel like something is not on an even playing field, it just kind of removes some of the luster to me. That's just how I pretty much go now. I like the energy between Frank Martin and I hear Albright at the weigh-in. It was very competitive. It was very intense. But they were keeping it light, keeping it funny, not being too, getting too they wasn't getting too heavy. I think this is good paydays and good money, so
Yeah,
it's just good business, right?
for sure. Yeah, I like that. I like that Albright fight. I'm glad that he's getting the opportunity to get on a bigger stage and showcase his skills, man. I like both guys, so I really personally don't have a pick in the fight, so to speak. I just want to see a good fight. But like I say, Albright, I like the fact that he was able to go in somebody's backyard and win, and then how them brothers did him. He's
Yeah.
able to bounce back, get a good payday, get an opportunity to showcase some skills against a top echelon fighter like Frank Martin.
1000%. Now, are you expecting Richardson Hitchens to have a tough time with Duarte? A lot of people, certain people are picking Duarte with an upset. I think they like the plus money on Duarte. Are you giving him a shot, coach, or do you feel like Hitchens, this is going to be easy work for Richardson? Richardson is calling for a TKO.
Dang, and if he does that, yeah, I think Ryan Garcia already knocked out Duarte, if I'm not mistaken. He already stopped him.
Yeah,
So if he's able to
nah,
go and follow that up, hey, shout out to him. I think it's gonna be a hard fight though. And I wouldn't be surprised. It's gonna be a very, very competitive fight. I know Hitchison is the betting favorite, but Duarte, he's definitely coming to fight. Like I said, he beat Kenneth Sims, so that was a good win. So probably still riding high off of that. So I expect an interesting fight, a good contrast of styles, man.
yeah, yeah. I mean, this is a great match made card. I think it's perfect. I want to put eyes on Sinak Beko. He fighting Beck the Bully. Beck the Bully is good, tough fighter. I feel like he can just be every fight with him is going to be a dog fight, but he does have a good in and out boxing style. So I'm looking forward to seeing that matchup with Beck. And yeah, my peoples was sending me something on here. I was looking at my messages. Some judges
Yeah,
favor aggressive fighters like Duarte over Hitchin style. That's very true. They
yeah,
got to
that's
watch
right.
out.
Gonna be interesting, brother. It's going to be interesting. So that's why we got to fight the fights to see what's going to happen. Could be a few upset. Could be a few upsets on this fight.
I think well I'm more so thinking it's gonna be business as usual.
Yeah,
The upsets is probably maybe Beck the Bully.
yeah. Cause he does get a little reckless. Beck does.
Hmm.
He come,
And that's the first fight.
yeah,
And
he's
maybe
a he's a free swinger. You know.
he
Now I
gonna let
heard
his
that
hands go.
Shakur gonna be he's gonna be ringside. He's gonna be doing some commentating on these fights, man.
That's good, man. Shout out to Shakur. He deserved the opportunity.
Yeah, he's gonna be doing some commentating. So we're gonna see what happens. You know, unfortunately, Dev didn't get an opportunity to get in the ring. You know, we thought that was gonna happen. You know, Shakur and Devin Haney was gonna get it on, and don't look like it's gonna happen right now.
Man, Devin, hey, listen, he looking like Baba Yaga. I'm gonna have to pull that back out. Baba Yaga, the boogeyman. They better go see him and take that title, knock him off that perch, man. Yeah,
Yeah, I know
come on, coach. We need them real fades.
exactly. That what I was saying yesterday, man. I said Brian Norman Jr. That was the best time to get Norman. Now that he got that win up under his belt, it'll be hard to beat that guy, man. Cause he riding with a lot of confidence right now. Got a lot of momentum. You know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
And he Debo Dale. Like I was saying, Debo was a bully though. If you really want to keep it 100 in the movie, because Debo Dale didn't pick on them fools across the street like Smoke said. He don't mess with them dudes around the corner. He just fight dudes he know he can beat. So I hope that ain't true about Debo Dale. If he gonna really challenge himself, you know, against somebody.
He
Now
trying to get Vannon.
I heard Charlo wants to smoke now. That's what I heard now.
Not with Devin Haney.
That's what Charlo said. He said he wanted to smoke, man.
Come on, man. I really.
Charlo said he wanted to smoke, brother.
I ain't hear that, but I love that fight. That's a big money fight.
He called him out. Charlo said, Dale, you talking about going to 54? Fight me. Hey, you know what? That'd be a good fight. I think Charlo may be too big for Dale, man.
Nah, everybody was saying how big this big ass dude. Man, Chad, what's up? Good to see you, man, Chad. B3, you think Dev can beat Charlo? No. But I mean, we got to see what Charlo come to the ring. Can he outbox Charlo? Maybe, but I don't know. I
I
just
don't
feel like
know.
I just feel like it's levels to it, man, and that's gonna be a big step up, in my opinion.
Huge step up. Fighting Charlo,
Hey,
that's a huge step, man.
that's a tough fight. That's a tough fight. If nah, I ain't doing
I
that.
think I
We ain't
think
doing.
Charlo will probably be the favorite in that fight.
Yeah, we ain't doing.
He should be the favorite in that fight.
Yeah, he should be. Yeah, he said Charlo too big. Yeah, Charlo's OD. But Charlo been out the ring 2 years and come back at 154. That's hard to imagine. I'm with you on that. Hold on, this dude Blue Hustle. What's going on, Blue? He said I think Shakur versus Ryan is like Donkey Kong. Ryan got to win though. Shakur commentating. Let's go. When you say Donkey Kong, you mean like the fight to be made? Come on, man. You Blue Hustle. Can you push Shakur to unify the title with Gary Antoine? You want a fantasy fight with Ryan Garcia? Come on, man.
So Ryan Garcia, if he wins, he's gonna call out Shakur. Watch what I tell you. He gonna call him out.
Yeah, because obviously he's probably trying to see if he can make that 144, and he probably can do it.
Yeah, and not only that, he feel like Shakur. Ryan Garcia looks at Shakur like food.
Yeah,
I ain't saying he is food. I'm just saying in his mind. In Ryan Garcia's mind, he looks at Shakur like food. He's like, I'm gonna knock this dude out.
Yep.
Because they asked Ryan Garcia, they said, "What are you gonna do if you win this fight? Who you calling out?" He didn't mention Devin's name. He said he's gonna call out Shakur and Conor Benn in that order. That's what he wants. So he's like, he's not even interested in Devin Haney fight. What it sounds like. He don't
Nah,
care.
man.
Yeah, he don't care because most of his fans still feel like he won anyway. So he don't care.
It's not gonna. He ain't gonna try to call the shots, champ. He is gonna call the shots, champ. You know for a fact, Oscar De La Hoya, especially if Oscar still has hands on Ryan. If he's still in a promotional agreement, I do believe there is reports that this may be his last fight with Golden Boy. Now, so we'll see. But yeah, Ryan having a WBC, um, beating a legitimate champion in Mario Barrios, that will put Ryan in the driver's seat at 147 without question. If he stops him, then what they're probably going to end up putting Ryan in the number one at 147 over Devin. Do I agree with that? No. But like Coach said, we saw what we saw, right? So now people got to come to grips. Is what you saying out your mouth is coming to fruition in real life? Is that, yeah, you know this guy cheated to get this victory or get this sight in our eyes of what he could do, right? And even when he was penalized, he's still gonna be rewarded because at the end of the day, you can't unsee. He's gonna be on the top of 147 if he gets the win. I have him stopping Barrios. And we all like Mario. Mario is a good guy. I think he married Figgy's sister. You know, he has a beautiful family he's building. So we all like Mario, but like don't win fights. And height don't win fights. So I'm just I don't think he gonna have enough for him, coach. I think Ryan gonna have too much for him.
They're gonna have too much for Barrios.
Yeah,
Man,
man. He gonna hit him with that he gonna probably catch him with a right hand, left hook. If
man,
Ryan listen, Ryan, see that's what I'm saying. We haven't even seen too much. Did they even do a I didn't even see a workout. Did
nah,
they do a
they ain't do
public
too much.
workout?
You know what?
Yeah,
You're right. I
man.
didn't
This
see
dude is
that.
going to he's gonna bury Barrios. This is not gonna be pretty. 5 division champion for Shakur at 150 at 144. You mean one okay. 144 is not a weight class, sir. So you making an additional weight class so you can shrink a man down to get to get a 147 title, huh? Or
But
do you want the WBC to make you a catchweight 144 title? I'm sure they'll do that too.
I didn't even think about that. You know what? Because if he does fight Ryan at 44, that means he can't win the belt.
No, that means he can win the belt because it's under the 147 limit.
Oh yeah, that's right. That's right. Dang, you know what? You're exactly right. Yeah,
Yeah.
If Ryan gives that dude a rehydration clause, I mean, he's a fool if he fights Shakur at a
No, he
catchweight.
said no rehydration. It's not going to be a rehydration, just a catchweight at 144. So that's why I'm guessing that's why Ryan was getting so low to see how low he could go, you know?
I wouldn't do it.
Man, I don't know why you guys
I
are up here
mean,
making it
if he
seem
got the
like you
Devin
don't
Haney fight,
understand.
but this brother Stephen A. Smith said Devin Haney not a big fight.
Well, it
Stephen A,
don't
man,
matter
you
what
got
you
a
can
lot
you
of
hear
nerve.
me? B3, can you hear me?
Don't be letting them people don't be talking to the wrong people about the sport of boxing, Stephen A. Come on now.
Hey,
We gotta be
OG
real.
Shelton.
And
Uh,
anybody was Juan or
Shelton.
was in here earlier, the misconception that Shakur and Devin, I mean Shakur and Tank was before Devin and Tank. They got the time, they got their dates wrong. They gotta tighten up on that too. But
B3.
Mr.
B3.
Moore, Blue in the house. What's going on, fellas? How y'all feeling today?
Can you hear?
I'm
Can you
good,
hear?
man. I've been listening
Salute,
to you
OG. What's
pontificate,
happening?
telling all that
Can you?
weird
Can you?
stuff.
Can you?
I mean,
Can you
I
hear
just
me?
need you to answer me one question. What
Hello.
have you
Hello. Hello.
seen from this
No.
Garcia guy? With he got fast hands, he got slow feet, he got suspect defense, leaves his chin in the air, he don't use his jab. He had one good night against a guy who underestimated him. He lost to a guy who cannot box. He was outboxed by a guy who cannot box. And you try to
Can,
tell me this guy is good?
can you hear me?
I
Hello.
mean, in
Hello. Hello.
comparison, I'm just telling you, he's gonna beat Barrios.
I don't see
It's
that.
Hello.
like
I don't see that. I don't see that at all. I think Barrios going to stop him in the 11th round. Barrios going to beat him
you
down and
told me
stop him.
this. You done said this a couple times now.
Yeah, this dude is not very good, man. He's just not a very good boxer. That's all I'm saying. And I don't know what you've seen to make you think he is a good boxer, but he's not very good. He's one-dimensional.
Just the power.
Yeah, but if you can't get
And
it
this is
there,
gonna
what does it
be
mean?
this gonna be a puncher's fight. He's gonna get it there this fight.
Well, we'll see. He got to show me because
Because
I don't believe nothing.
Barrios is there to be hit.
Yeah, Barrios been in there with some guys too, and Barrios held his own with them guys. So, thank you. I don't know
Yeah.
what you've seen from
None
this
of them
guy,
got who had more power, more speed than Ryan that he's fought.
Keith Thurman.
And what did Keith do to him?
Keith Thurman
Keith Thurman
is a better all the way around fighter than Mario Barrios. I mean, than Ryan Garcia. There's nothing that
yes,
Ryan
I have to
Garcia does
agree.
better
I have
than
to
Keith
agree, but I
Thurman.
said speed and power.
Nothing.
The fuck is going on?
All right, we're gonna see when he whipping that hook. We're gonna see when he whipping that hook around. Uh
Hey, go ahead, Blue. I'm done talking to V3 because he on that shit today. Go on, Blue.
Hey, hold on. Before you do that, Mr. Moore. Uh what's up with the
Can you hear
Hirioka
me?
kid showing up fight week for Gary Antoine? You think he gonna get stopped?
Yeah, he was gonna get stopped anyway. He's just gonna get stopped maybe a little quicker now.
Yeah.
He's there to be hit, bro. He's a come forward guy. He's a good fighter. Don't get me wrong. He's a come forward guy, and you can't stand in front of Gary Antoine like that. He gonna hurt you if you do.
Yeah. I think he gonna box. I think he gonna try to box smart though. I seen him. He pretty light on his feet. Yeah, he can move around a little bit. Hopefully he
Gary
don't stand
Antoine
on
don't
there and
stop
try to
him anywhere,
trade.
but I got Gary Antoine stopping him in nine rounds. He stopped.
Mm.
Hey, can y'all
Yeah,
hear
that
Hey,
me?
man
Can
stop
you
him.
hear
that'd be
me?
a good
Hello. Hello.
statement right
Hello.
there, stopping a knockout artist. But like I
Coach
say,
Eddie.
I'm glad Shakur is sitting side on the sidelines, be commentating
Man, what the hell?
because it's a lot of people when they're gonna call that dude out. Now, if you the boogeyman, that means people ain't calling you out. They ain't saying your name. Gary Antron Russell already said he don't think Shakur gonna fight, so he got an opportunity to plead his case right there with Shakur's ringside. So, hey, look, you a champ
We
at
can't hear you,
140.
Blue.
I'm a champ at 140. What we gonna do? You want a shot at the title? I'm the man. I'm the man to see.
Yeah, but
So
I'm
right,
saying something. Y'all can hear me. Sheldon, Coach Eddie, can you hear me?
yeah, I hear you, man.
Oh
Okay,
no, I
well,
can't
tell
hear
Big
Blue. Hold
Three.
on, let me go
Yeah,
out.
that's what I've been trying to say the whole time. Yeah, that's what I was trying to say the whole time. He couldn't hear me. Yeah. Can you hear me now, B3?
Yeah, I can hear you, Blue.
Okay, okay. Man, I don't know why y'all tripping like that, man. I tried to tell you to play, man. What's going down? The fight's gonna happen, bro. And he's gonna
Oh,
become
Shakur
a
versus
first
Ryan?
division. Yeah, that's what I'm trying to tell you. That's why he's there. He's scouting. You gotta understand that's a big fight, bro.
I
Now.
want him to get the fight. But
But listen, no. Let me finish though, please, please, please.
yeah, go
The
ahead.
reason why I'm saying that, the reason why I'm saying this is the play because it's a big fight, and you look how. See, the difference is everybody start trying to complain about it, but it's not Shakur forcing him to do anything. This is Ryan going out of his way to make the fight, like he went out of his way to make the fight with with with
Kevin.
Javante, with Tank. You see what I'm saying?
Yeah, and
And
with Devin,
you
he didn't
know,
have to fight
and
Devin.
with
Nobody was
Devin,
asking for that.
you see what I'm saying? So he's
Yeah,
going out of his way to fight this man, and it's smart.
makes
He
sense.
knows. See, he's staying relevant. He's getting a belt. This is an opportunity. They fight at
They're
144.
not gonna
That
fight. They're not gonna fight Ryan his first title. I mean, they're not gonna fight Shakur his first title defense, bro. That's that's that doesn't even make sense. It's like
yeah,
jumping the
it's all
Devin
in there.
fight and then fighting the
But
number
no, no,
three
no,
pound for
no.
pound fighter in the world.
If he fights him next, listen,
Come on,
listen.
man.
It's
And going to
only
144.
hold on. You can't help but to do that, bro. It's Shakur. If I was Shakur, I'm not taking a fight. You're not fighting me without your belt on the line. There's no reason for me fighting you now. It's a good fight. Listen, it's a good money fight, correct? But you just won your belt, and I am there to watch you, to scout you. You see what I'm saying? You just won the belt. You're fighting me next. It's at a catch weight. We can fight for your belt. It's five divisions, bro. It is what it is. It's a big money fight. And
So
then
you
he's
telling me? So hold on. So hold on. So who's the number one? If Ryan wins on, if Ryan wins the title against Barrios, right?
yeah.
You're telling me that you have Ryan Garcia as the number one fighter at 147?
No, I'm not saying that. I'm saying he has a belt. That's all. Look, listen, listen.
So you
This is all
cherry
it is.
picking. Who's the number
Look,
one at 147?
it's not. Hold on. You're saying he's cherry picking. No, he is not.
Right
Yes,
now,
he
it's
Ryan,
is.
Devin Haney.
Ry-
Right now, it's Devin Haney.
Ryan.
Okay, then. So if Devin Haney's the number one fighter at 147, that's who Shakur should be
Mhm.
aiming for. Then you tell me that's what Devin. If he go to
No,
154, he need to fight the
bro, you
number
have
one
to
guy,
stop
Blue.
it.
You told me
You're
that, right?
pushing it. Listen to me. Listen to me. You're pushing a narrative that's not going to happen, bro. The only way that this is going to happen right now is through Ryan. Ryan gets a belt. He wins this belt off of Mario. I mean, you know what I'm saying? And then I'm just telling
Hold
you
on,
what
hold
the
on, hold on,
play
hold
is,
on, hold
bro.
on. Let me ask you this: Do you fit? So now you believe that Shakur Stevenson is a
I
bigger
don't think
fight than
so.
Conor Ben for Ryan?
I don't see it.
Oh yeah. What do you mean?
You think
Yes.
you think you really believe that now? So now,
Bro,
hold on, hold
yeah,
on, hold on, hold on, hold
that's
on, hold
it.
on, hold on.
Why do you keep asking me all
Ryan
this
and
question? Can
Conor
you stay
Ben.
on? No, hold on. I need you to stay on play and just really hear me out. And what I'm saying, you act like it's far fetched that this can happen, and I don't know why you're acting like this. Shakur is not the one
I'm just
asking
giving
for
you multiple
it's run,
reasons
but I'm
and
giving you a
multiple
reason.
reasons why it's not gonna happen.
Okay, well then that fight ain't gonna happen next. So what's the point of him? He's just there just to watch the fight then and
He's
commentate. He's
there to
getting paid to
promote
be there.
and market,
Yeah.
just like everybody else is in there.
hmm But
But we'll
no,
see,
it's
man. I mean, everybody wants the
what you.
Ryan fight, so we'll see. Ryan did say he'll fight Shakur, so it could
Yeah,
happen.
well, he's the one. Yeah, he's the one that's going out his way. And if they're fighting next, and if it goes the way that Ryan's asking for it, that he seems like he's asking for it. Let me say that it seems like he's looking like the lane that he's going down. It seems like it. Doesn't mean that he is, because people change their mind all the time.
I watched. Yeah, 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 exactly. There you go, right there. I got you right there. That people change their mind every time.
Yeah,
So
but
once he becomes the
but
big man, hold on. Once he becomes the big man and stops Mario Barrios, gets this belt, the WBC belt, you think he still? You think he gonna let Shakur tell him to come to 144?
no, bro, it's not lit. He
It's
is the
not
one
gonna
asking for the
happen.
fight. If it don't happen, it don't happen. But then he's clout chasing.
He's going.
He's
No, what
using
I'm
his
telling
name.
you is your boy is gonna go up to 147 because of the money. He gonna do it. So if
Listen.
the money's gonna be there, so just make sure it's no excuses,
Even
man.
listen,
Nobody wants to hear no.
you
We
keep
just don't
saying
want to
going
hear
to
the reasons
147. He won't need to. Listen, he
he's
won't
gonna go to
need to.
147.
He doesn't need to. Ryan was hyped about going to fighting him. This is Ryan. This is Ryan making the decision that he's making. It's not being forced. This is what I'm trying to tell you. He said, "I'd rather fight Shakur at a catch weight of 144 with no rehydration clause, and I can bloom up to whatever I want."
Makes sense.
That's what he said. And that's what I'm trying to tell you. It's not me. It's not Shakur. So you got to stop saying Shakur wants him. No, it's Ryan wants. That's what it is right now. And Shakur is right there
Ryan is not asking
commenting.
for a 144 fight, man. If it was
Bro,
at,
bro,
listen,
I'm
listen,
done.
Blue.
I'm done. No. I don't
If
want to
he
talk
was
about it no more
at,
because you are. He
If
did
he
ask
was
for it,
listen,
bro.
he's not asking to go to no 144. That's a compromise based on Shakur being at 140. So it's not. Let's not make it seem
All
like
right,
this
man.
dude is just gonna give up pounds
All
for
right,
no reason.
you know what?
It don't
Ryan's
that
just
don't make
saying.
sense.
No, no,
He's
it does
saying
make sense because
anything,
Ryan,
Blue. He's just talking. I guarantee. Listen, let's put $50 on it right now. That
I ain't
Shakur and
putting
Ryan
nothing
don't
on
fight
that.
next.
I am
Let's
not
bet
doing
on it.
that. No,
Okay then. Okay then.
no,
Okay,
because
so
I'm not
everything
betting
you
on something.
talking, all
Listen,
you
listen,
then
listen.
then
No,
you just
I
buying
don't
into
need
the
to do
hype,
that.
bro.
No, I'm not buying into. I said if he keeps his word, bro. You are not listening to me,
So you don't believe him.
bro. Listen to what I'm saying. Listen to what I'm saying. Everything I'm saying is as straightforward and transparent. I'm not trying to have any hidden message delivery. My delivery is not coming with any hidden message and no undertones with
I
anything. It's
don't believe them, Blue.
straightforward.
So everything you're
I
telling
don't
me
get
about what he's
that.
saying
That's
is
fine. No,
irrelevant.
listen.
He gonna
That's
tell you
fine.
whatever he want to tell you. He drew you
No,
in. He wants you
no.
to buy his fight. That's it.
Listen, that's fine, bro. I'm okay with that. But there's a lot of people that buy it in. So what I'm trying to tell you is I'm looking at it from the outside, being
Of
more
course, because
realistic
y'all
and saying,
obsessed, man.
no,
You Shakur fan.
listen.
Listen, every Shakur fight, Shakur can fight
No,
whoever
bro.
he
I'm
wants.
saying he's clout
This is a
chasing.
corny fight, man. Nobody
Listen,
cares.
he is
Fight
clout
Gary
chasing.
Antoine, Blue. I don't. Nobody cares about that Ryan fight. You're the only one.
Man, you
I
tripping,
promise
man.
you, you are.
I promise you, if that fight materialized, there's gonna be so many people saying that's
We're
gonna be a
gonna
good
watch.
fight.
Obviously, Blue. We have nothing else to do. We're live.
Exactly.
But we don't. We don't. We want to see Gary Antoine. How about that? Okay,
Huh? What?
that's the fight we want.
Well, that's a fight.
Gary
I mean,
Antoine unification.
look, I'll take that
Just how
fight.
you and everybody on your team always crying about take never unifying, man. Unify with Gary Antoine. How about that?
Bro, okay, so look, if you think
How
that
about
fight
that?
presented, but he can't do that right now because Gary's in a fight. He's there.
Yeah, that's over.
He's
That's
watching
over.
Gary.
That's over. That's about to be over. And oh, it's gonna be a one-way deal.
Well, oh, you know what? Why don't you tell Gary to make it happen first then? Why don't you do that? Because you're so strong and you want that fight so much. Why don't you petition for it? Tell Gary, man, instead of you feeling like you want that fight last, why don't you make that fight first? Why don't you do that? Can you make the fight first, please? We'd like you to do that.
You the A
Let's
side. You
unify.
you the A side
No. Let's
guy. You
unify.
the A side.
Let's unify. But
Shakur has to make that fight. Let's
no.
not play. Let's
You
not
do.
play.
You do.
Let's not. Listen, hold on.
Listen,
Let's not move
Gary
the
is the one.
goalposts here. Let's
Nah,
not
we
move the
ain't moving it.
goalposts.
We ain't
You
moving it. You
moving the
want the fight
goalposts
so
way
bad.
crazy.
No, I'm not. You want the fight so bad, and Gary don't want the fight so bad. His
Gary
last
did say
words
he
is
wanted to fight. He said he wanted all the champions at 140. Man, come on,
yeah, and
knock it
he
off.
wants Shakur last. He wants Shakur last. Did he not say that? Did he say that or did he not say that?
Yeah, because that just makes
No,
sense for
it ain't no
Shakur.
just.
He
It
trying to
ain't no
let.
no,
Hold
bro.
on, Blue,
Stop making
Blue,
excuses for Shakur, bro. You doing that? It's
Blue.
Gary that
No, no,
makes
no,
that.
no, no. It's not. It's
It is.
Shakur is literally. That's what I'm saying. That's why I feel like he needs to fight Devin Haney
What the
or
hell? What does
whatever, right?
Shakur have to do with this
Or he can
situation with Gary?
unify.
Listen to what you're saying.
Gary
Listen to
is
what you're
saying
saying.
that because of the easy belts to pick off. He's saying Shakur is the toughest fight. That's all
And
he's
he wants
saying,
to go
Blue.
out. He said he wants to knock off everybody else or grab the other belts, and then he fights Shakur for his belt last. He said
Yeah, didn't
that's the
Errol
fight he'd
Spence do
rather
that?
have. Listen.
It's history in this, Blue. This is not Gary Antoine. This is not a
Are you
game. This
you
is
know you really trying
business.
to say the same thing, but you trying to argue, but say the same thing with me at the same time. You know that, right? That's what you just did, right? You just admitted what you're really trying to do. You're debating with me on the situation that you're agreeing with me on. That don't make no sense.
It's been a long week, Blue.
Oh.
Outside of that, let me ask you this: who you picking in the Ryan Barrios?
I told you. I want to see the Ryan. I want to see Ryan win
You want to
because
see
I
Ryan
want.
win, or are you picking him?
I'll pick him. I don't care. But Barrios can win the fight because listen, Barrios can win the fight. I'm telling you, he can really win this
Okay.
fight. I'm saying I don't really have a dog in the fight, but if it came down to it, just to be able to call somebody's bluff, I want to see Ryan win to see if he does call out. call out Shakur after that fight because if that's the
Man,
case, if listen,
Barrios is ready
listen,
to put hands on this boy.
they asked Shakur would he hop in the ring? He said, "Well, I'm gonna be at the fight." And
I want Gary
the
Antron
Todd
Russell to call
storyteller, she don't even
Shakur
know
out.
what she's talking about. She just said talking, huh?
I want
I know,
Russell. I
give me a high
want
five. She don't know
Russell
what
to
she's
call
talking
him
about,
up in
huh?
the ring.
Yeah, that's what I'm talking about, Coach. We need
But
we
we
need
know
Shakur versus
we know they
Russell.
getting in the ring. We know
Tell her
they
stop
getting in the
saying
ring
stuff without
don't
knowing
mean
what she's
nothing
talking
though.
about.
They getting in the ring don't mean nothing though. Cause we seen Virgil get in the ring with Boots. Then he ducked out. He ducked the fade, man.
Yeah.
And he called Boots over to him, didn't he?
Yep,
That's what I'm saying, man.
exactly.
Y'all nobody keep the same energy.
Well, let's see if you do. What's wrong?
Devin knew
Hey,
that stuff was
hold on.
all promotion, all you trying to market yourself off of the accomplishments of another man, and everybody had their opinions on it, right? Oh, you should have went in there and jumped in his face. Knock it off,
Well,
man.
hey,
Knock it off.
C3.
These dudes is clout chasing.
Exactly.
Yeah,
So just call the bluff.
Virgil T ducked the fade,
That's
man.
what I'm saying, bro. I've been saying it the whole time. Just pull his card. That's all you can do. Then you can say it's an official duck. You can put it out there. Put that energy out there. You can.
Man, listen, Devin Haney don't got to fight. Is Shakur ducking Devin Haney right now, Blue?
Man, we ain't talking. Stay on the page, bro. You all over the place
I'm
right
just
now.
asking you.
What? What you asking?
Is he avoiding the Devin Haney fight, man? Should he be fighting? Should Shakur be fighting Devin Haney right now?
No.
Mm.
Nope.
I can agree with that. I think Shakur should be cleaning up 140
Yeah,
if he
If
want
he
to be
if he
if he
gets
want to be
called
like his
out,
big brother. He want to be like Terrence Crawford. He want to be like the OG. Go out there and become undisputed like the OG.
yeah. And not just that, once you get called out and it's a fight that's worth it, then you jump on it. Just like he's doing if Ryan. That's why I'm saying I want to see if he gets that Ryan fight because it's Ryan that's going out of his way saying that he wants this fight. You see what I'm saying? And I applaud that. So I don't know about
Now,
y'all, but
by Barrios, now he said they asked him if he win, which direction that he want to go, and Barrios said he want to fight Devin Haney.
well,
That's what
see,
he
I
said.
respect
Now
that. Yeah, but
you
I'm
feel me?
okay with that
He
though.
said he
Yeah,
said I want to unify. He said I want to
yeah,
Yeah,
fight
I'm
Devin
okay.
Haney next.
that's that
Yeah,
Azteca warrior energy, man. Yeah, Mario
yeah.
ain't gonna duck no fades. You got to be the man of the division, and
Yeah,
Mario
well, I mean,
Barrios is
he
on the
could have been
list.
under that. He's been at 147 for how long? He could have been did that. He didn't have
Ben
to
did
fight Manny
what?
Pacquiao. He didn't have to fight Manny Pacquiao.
He could have. Oh, he could. Oh, come on, man, stop it.
Why is it a stopper situation then?
That's Mario Barrios is like
Nah, did nobody who wanted to see that
PBC.
fight?
He's like a
I didn't want to see that fight.
PBC staple,
Nah, I didn't
royalty,
want to see that
family,
fight. I
whatever
don't
you want to
care.
call it.
I'm gonna take your
Come on,
stance.
man.
Just say something, just to say something. Now, he didn't have. I didn't want to see that fight. You didn't want
To
to see
Manny
that fight
Pacquiao
either.
finna get put to sleep, man. He fight Povetkin, man. I mean that
He,
old crazy
yeah,
Russian dude, man. But
Manny Pacquiao getting ready to do an
Why is he
exhibition.
doing that? That's
He's
I don't
doing
know
an
why he fighting
exhibition.
that
That
dude.
lets you
That
know.
dude dangerous, man. He fight what they Provodnikov or something, whatever that dude name is.
yeah.
Yeah, that dude dangerous, man. I don't know why he fighting that dude, man. He too old. He fighting a guy like that, man.
It's an exhibition, bro. What do you mean? Cut it
I,
out.
I thought it was a real fight.
No, it's an exhibition.
Oh, okay. I
I'm
thought it
not.
was the same
Yeah,
bout.
I don't mean to tell you to cut it out like that. I'm just saying it's an exhibition, bro. That's all I'm saying.
Man, Blue, you say it's an exhibition like that, but did you see the other big boy that he fought? That big Asian kid that was putting hands on Pacquiao in the exhibition?
Oh
You
well,
ain't see it,
he
did
need
you?
the money. No, I
That's
didn't
what
see
I'm
it. He need
saying,
the
man. You
money.
don't act like this dude Provodnikov not gonna be punching on Manny Pacquiao.
No,
That's goof. That's what I'm
it's an
saying.
exhibition, man. What? Yes.
Man, listen, how you gonna go from fighting Barrios for a WBC world title,
Thank you.
and ducking Devin Haney? You number
Now,
3. He
hey,
called your name.
now you asking the right question. Now you asking
No,
the right.
Devin Haney. I mean, I can't let you do that, B3. Pacquiao ain't ducking no Devin Haney, man. How 50-year-old? How does a
Devin,
50-year-old
hold on,
duck a champion? I mean,
hold on.
we all know
Because he said his name. and they
No,
in the
man.
same weight class.
No,
It's,
Pacquiao. Well, this is what they doing for
you
Pacquiao.
turned it
Pacquiao, they
on?
doing Pacquiao a favor because they know the man broke, man. That's called the boxing game giving back. That's all they doing. They say, look, man, you broke. We're gonna give you a
Which
couple
one?
paydays and keep it moving,
I didn't
man.
turn that on.
So essentially, what you're saying is that Devin
I'm not
Haney
touching.
will more than likely stop Manny Pacquiao,
Nah, he ain't gonna
and
stop. Devin Haney ain't stopping no Manny Pacquiao. Maybe he could if he really tried. I don't believe he can. Or
can Manny beat
Pac,
Devin?
anything's possible, but I would favor Devin to win that fight. It would have
All
Pacquiao
right.
had the
So he
punches.
had on a
He had the
100%
punches
scale.
chance.
Is it 50-50?
Nah, it's not. In their prime, I would favor Pacquiao to beat Devin. But right now it's like an 80-20 fight. 85-15. Devin Haney should beat Pacquiao. That Pacquiao has a puncher's chance in that fight. He has a puncher's chance. But Pacquiao's a tough old dude. And I don't see Devin Haney stopping him. He's too tough. Them old guys be tough sometimes, man. But Devin he don't go after people like that anyway. Devin will be satisfied with just outboxing him.
I mean, nah, but Carrot, I'm not doing the most. I mean, I look at it like Manny Pacquiao's ranked number 3 in the WBO. I thought Manny was still going to compete for championships, but I mean, if he's not, I mean, it is what it is. I just feel like that's kind of I mean, hopefully he's getting a big payday for that Provodnikov fight. I'm sure he is. I mean, anytime Pacquiao fight, we're gonna tune in. I just would love to see him to be a world champ. That's all.
I mean,
And that's
even
what
who
I
you
kind
got?
of wanted to see how y'all feel if Devin, if he could beat Devin even at this age, or because I mean he did go a competitive 12 with Mario. That was a competitive 12.
What the thing about it, when you're looking at Pacquiao, you're gonna see a guy who probably balance ain't the best. He gonna be winging shots. You know what I'm saying? You gonna be looking at a highly diminished version of himself. You ain't
No,
gonna be
hold on,
looking at
hold on, hold on.
the
Now
old.
I see why you saying what you're saying, B3. See, you want more for Pacquiao than what he want for himself, bro. That was an excellent. Listen, he carried him that fight, bro. Now
Who
that's why
carry who?
Barrios carried Pacquiao in that fight, man. Shaking his hand, being all buddy buddy with him type shit. Come on, bro. Hell, you trying to be buddy buddy with
So you
Pacquiao
trying
like
to
that
say
for shaking
Barrios
his
is a
hand?
company man?
That was a payday,
You
bro. That's
damn
all
right.
that was a favorite, man. That was a
Yeah.
favorite. Do
Come on,
Pacquiao a
man. You act
favor,
like
man.
how you not notice that? How you not see that, fam? Come on.
And we got a draw. Come on, a draw. How likely is it to get a draw? You got a 50-year-old man who has no business in boxing.
And his
It would
next
be
fight is an exhibition fight. Cut it
it
out,
would be more
man.
favorable to lose for Pacquiao to lose than to get a draw.
I
Can I
mean,
They
speak?
did.
he just listen. He got a fighter in his
Can I
stable, right?
speak? P3?
He's a promoter now,
Yeah,
right?
let me.
Isn't he a
It's
promoter?
an echo, Blue. Let me just show Rock real quick.
Let me
Go
speak
ahead,
right
Mr.
quick.
Show.
Let me tell you what happened. They got to the arena for the fight. Somebody went in the back to Barrios' dressing room and said, "Look, don't embarrass this guy. You got some plans for this guy. Do what you do. Don't lose, but you know. And when you leave here, we're
Don't
gonna have
knock him
some
out.
extra for you. And when you leave here, we're gonna have some extra for you. But don't embarrass this guy. We got plans for him." That's what happened.
That's yeah. Mario Barrios is he's a perennial. He's a great fighter, and I feel like I'm in full agreement. I
That, 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 that-
definitely
that's the same thing they did with Kovalev and Bernard Hopkins. They just told Kovalev, don't go out there and kill Bernard Hopkins. Just, move around with him a little bit, catch him every now and then. But Kovalev didn't really go after Bernard Hopkins. You go back and look at that fight, man. He ain't go after B Hop.
Now
yeah.
this fight with Ryan and Barrios is a real fight.
You think so?
Because Ryan's got something. He's upset. He feels like Gooseman snaked him, which I don't. I'm gonna say it just like this: Gooseman didn't snake him. He's a fucking he's a trainer. So that's what he does. You see what I'm saying? And so I don't. He didn't snake him, bro. That's just my personal opinion. He didn't do that. He just basically doing what he do. He got offered a fight. He got offered a chance to be the coach Mario, and it was the right thing to do. This is boxing. Boxing don't got no
Facts.
friends. You know what I'm saying?
Exactly.
It's the Wild Wild West. And so that's why when Gooseman was like, man, I can't see why you even mad at me. Like, he came to me, what am I supposed to do? I got to turn it down when I only had 3 fights with you?
What about
Like, we
Derrick
ain't buddy.
James?
Like, yeah, yeah.
Yeah,
You see what I'm saying?
Garcia
So,
left Derrick James. You know,
yeah,
Derrick James supposed to get mad or something. He supposed to wait on Garcia. That's the thing. These fighters, they can change. Trainers like they change their underwear. That's what fighters lack. Fighters lack accountability, man. A lot of times they do. Like, sometimes, yeah, you do need to change trainers. But somehow, if you out there drinking, smoking, doing all kind of stuff, you can't blame that on the trainer. Like Charlo, blame Derrick James him losing to Canelo. Hey, look, man, you the one that was scared. Charlo, you was scared of Canelo. You can't blame it on Derrick James because you ain't had no nuts. That ain't got nothing to do with Derrick James. You was scared. How you gonna blame Derrick trying to get you to fight? Derrick trying to tell you, man, fight this dude the whole time. You running around scared. I don't want to hear that junk. They pack Charlo up, man. I go ahead and let Demetrius Andrade go ahead and flip him over, pack him on up. Cause Charlo, they looking bad right now. I ain't never seen
you,
two guys fall from grace like them two. They supposed to be
hey,
the
look,
real tough guys,
They older guys,
Lions
bro.
only, and all
Hey,
this
but
stuff.
look, see,
Man,
you can
hey,
blame it.
hey,
You can blame it on Derrick James, coach. I'm gonna tell you why. Because niggas like B3 gonna support it.
hey, look, hold on. Now,
Hold
this
on,
is
hold
what I
on.
would like to
Support what
see.
exactly? Support what?
You support the fact that nigga was in there cowering down like a bitch, and you saying, "Well, he just get knocked out. He just wanted to say not get knocked out." No, that nigga's a hoe. He got bitch in his blood. He's scary, and we need to pack him up and get him out of boxing. How you scared of a 5'7" motherfucker? What type of nigga is you?
And Crawford went in there and stepped on him. A dude
And
that's
not just
way
that,
smaller than you went there and stepped on the guy.
you want to know what I want to see, though? The fight I want to see, y'all?
He
This is the
ain't
part I
Crawford,
want to
man.
see. Nah,
And
look,
hold on, hold on,
hold
hold on, hold on, hold on, Blue. How you gonna overtalk me, man?
on. I'm
Hold on
quick
for a
about it.
second,
That's all.
nigga.
Go ahead, you got it.
Hold on, Mr. Moore. I didn't back what he did. I mean, I can't control what that brother did. We just assessing it. And at the end of the day, he understood his limitations. He knew he couldn't beat. I mean, he was in a situation where he was hurt and he couldn't hurt his opponent. Now, I don't know what Canelo had in his system. I mean, I don't know. He looked strong that night. Now versus Crawford, maybe. I mean, that
I
was
know
later
what
on in his
Charlo had in the
career.
system. I know what Charlo had in the system. Charlo had bitch in the system.
Golly.
Uh-huh. Hey, check it. Check it out, man. Listen, Charlo wants to come back,
He had the
right?
same thing but Bump
I'm
Linga
okay
Hold on,
with
had.
it.
Mr. Moore. It's a bad echo. Hold on, real quick.
Look, hey,
Go ahead,
I'm
Blue.
okay
Go
with
ahead, get it out,
Charlo.
bro.
Yeah, I'm okay with Charlo coming back, right? I want to see, I want to see, let the Tim Tszyu Earl Spence fight happen. The winner of Tim Tszyu and Earl Spence fight Charlo. I
Yeah,
think that'd be a good fight right there. He
I
yeah.
wants
Hey,
to
think
fight
both.
listen,
so
we can
bad.
hold on, y'all. We hold on. I don't even know how we got on this guy, Charlie. We getting way off track. Um, listen, we got a
Yeah,
big fight weekend. This has been a phenomenal week. Uh, Let me ask y'all this, right? Do anybody predict any upsets before we get out of here? Is anybody predicting any upsets on this card?
Now you're all bright will upset Frank Martin.
Man,
yeah, I got
that's
that
a
one. I
Mm,
feel
that's
like
a
that
good
too.
pick. That's a good pick
Yeah,
right there.
yeah, I'm with that one because I got him winning. Yeah.
I think Albright's underrated, man.
wow.
He's an underrated
Hey,
fighter, man.
and you see how Albright was giving Frank Martin that energy. He was like, "What you mean?" He said, "Yeah, it was whatever." I like that. All right, man. The singing boxer.
Man, that'd be crazy if he knocked the dude out then serenading. Talk about
Yeah.
go to sleep, go go to sleep.
That nigga started, no, he knocked him out and then he comes out. Yeah, I'm gonna let y'all know, man. He's dropping a single.
Hey, he should have came out there with a pillow. Said, lay your head on my pillow. So you can go ahead and go on to sleep. Because you going to sleep
Yeah.
tonight, man. You get knocked out.
What you mean, like Rances? Like when France stopped Rances?
Uh-huh.
Hey, Jeff, now that was a good win. Frank slept that dude, bro. He put in night. I wasn't expecting Frank to do that to him. I
Wasn't
wa-
Frank talking about find somebody else already? Overlooking Albright? They said, I think that's what they said, and maybe might have the wrong fighter
I mean, they be
confused or
asking these
something.
brothers all type of questions, man. So
Yeah, yeah.
like you saying, they that could be something. But I know what I heard from Buddy McGirt and from Frank Martin is that this is gonna be a tough fight. They already know and they keep saying that he's gonna have to figure Nahir Albright out. Like he's gonna have to figure him out. And I'm like, I don't know. It sounds real defensive to me on the sense like he's probably gonna be in. And I was watching the Rancis fight. Nahir Albright is a lot very athletic. I think he's gonna be able to have an opportunity to land a lot of shots on Frank. Um, I
Well,
think he's a tougher fighter than Artem, and Artem gave Frank a lot of trouble. So more crafty than Artem, in my opinion. So we just got to see. Hopefully, as long as he can stay away from getting hit with a big shot. Uh, everybody's saying Frank gonna lose. Wow. So y'all got to remember this. This is the fight that upset. Everybody said Frank is gonna lose. I'm looking up the line right now. Pretty much everybody on the live. Nair Albright is a plus 260. Um, mm, on the money line. Fight to go to distance minus 330. So they pretty much guaranteeing it's not gonna be a knockout. The book minus 30 is go to distance, and then plus 235 not go to distance. So now here Albright to go to distance plus 470. I mean to win by decision. Now here Albright plus 470. Interesting. Interesting. Listen, who did I pick earlier? I was the only one on Frank. I'm the only one on Frank. I do like
Frank
the
can win though now.
I
Now
do
let's go
like the
get it right.
dimensions. Yeah, I like the dimensions of Nahir Albright at that 140 weight class. Kelvin Davis is extremely tall, lanky fighter, and Nahir Albright completely was able to beat him. I mean, I was in the arena and
Oh,
I mean
you was
pretty
there for the
comfortably.
fight?
Yeah, I was there in
Oh, that's
Norfolk.
what's up.
Yeah, it was a good event. You know, Keyshawn was supposed to fight De Los Santos, and Abdullah took over the main event, and it was everything went pretty good. I mean, it was
Let
still
me ask
about
you something real quick
9,000.
about that situation, fam. Was you kind of upset? Did you feel like you wanted to go back to him and say, "Hey, man, let me get a price reduction or something like that, or let me get my money
Nah,
back for that
man.
fight"?
Hell no.
Did you hear people
That's
saying
not.
that though, talking like that at all?
No. I mean, not me personally. You know, people don't talk like that to me. I mean, maybe like some, people that don't. I mean, some weird people. I don't know. I don't want to get into it like that. Did I appreciate um everything that went down? Nobody was happy that it happened,
Yeah.
but I still went to the event. Abdullah fought. Man, Boca Chica was in there versus Tiger Johnson. So come on, man. You can't people, I mean a couple thousand, they said about 2,000 people did get a refund because they probably had paid probably a good amount of money for those tickets. You see what I'm saying? Some people
Yeah.
paid a lot and then they came back and maybe got something else or didn't go or whatever, right? But there's a lot of people maybe in traveling, coming out of town or whatever. They wanted to see Keyshawn, whatever, right? So we were able to shout out to my family, my cousin Jalen and Stokes, and yeah, we was able to get on the floor. We was sitting on the floor. It was fire, man. It was fun.
Oh, so
But
y'all got rewarded with better seats?
yeah,
Oh,
because it
that's
was
what's
empty,
up.
we was able to slide. We pretty much was able to slide right to the floor, and it
Yeah,
was
that's what's
dope.
up, man.
Yeah. So everything was a good event, though. Abdullah did his thing. Yeah, so that's what I'm saying. When you got Abdullah, we ain't looking to get no money back. We got Abdullah, Kelvin, and Keon fought, and I hear Albright was in the building. You know what I'm saying? Both and Troy Isley fought. So it was an
Yeah.
ESPN top rank event, man. That's a big
Hmm.
deal. So Hampton Roads, it's like over like 300,000 people in Hampton Roads. So, 9,000 people on a Saturday night. That ain't no big deal. Kelvin and Keon, they about to do an event at ODU Coliseum, and they gonna sell that out.
Yeah,
It's
and
just
yeah,
too many. Yeah,
Keyshawn's excited about that. They got their own. They doing it all themselves too
yeah,
with the
that's
nonprofit
easy
thing too.
money. Now that they got their names out there, they with Jay Prince, they gonna make the money, bro.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Hmm.
they gonna make it. It's gonna be good. But listen, appreciate all the love and support, man. We growing. Listen, hopefully we get some real fast news on the monetization. But I'm putting in the application tomorrow. Hey, we definitely building. We over 5,000 on TikTok right now. I'm almost at 5,100. So I'm getting a lot of love and support. We definitely growing. And YouTube, we didn't did it, man. Within a year, we gonna be monetized. Like a year will be in April. So, man, I appreciate everybody that be pulling up on the panel and, cooking with me and lending your time. Uh, it's gonna be a hell of a weekend, man. Shout out to the Glow Clarissa Shields. Listen, Little Caesars, Detroit. It's gonna be a fire situation. The Tifo Burton, Franchise Cruz Discern, former undisputed. Man, we got a good weekend. Hey, listen. I'm gonna close it out, man. Shout out to the Sports Talk Network, the People's Network. God bless y'all. We're gonna be back next week. We're gonna be back on Monday to recap everything. Make sure you tap in with everybody on the in the network, the People's Network. Let's go green.
Peace.
Okay, my bad. I was just making sure my audio didn't go out. Appreciate you, Blue, Coach Eddie, Mr. Shelmore, everybody put a BBO put up there, everybody pulled up today on the panel. Um, and listen, another great weekend coming up for us. All right, man, appreciate all the love and support. Let's continue to build. I'm gone. Peace.
All right, is you motherfuckers finished? Y'all finished? You silly motherfuckers? You got to be soldiers, all right? Soldiers. Not clowns, goddammit. Drive, and you shut the fuck up.